What's good, fighting game fans, and welcome to the FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest, presented by PlayStation Tournaments. I am your host with the most vicious, and if this is your first time here at PlayStation, checking out the fighting game community events, we've actually just gone through our finals for the European region, and are about to deliver even more action back on home turf with all your favorite fighting games. Throughout the month of March, PlayStation Tournaments has held 2 qualifier events for both Europe and North America, taking the top placers from each region into a top 8 bracket. With that in mind, what we are about to witness is, of course, an intense climb to the top to see who we will dub as champion for North America. But before we get into the matches themselves, let's take a look at what you may have missed and what's to come this entire weekend. Guilty Gear Strive and Tekken 7 is on the docket for the rest of the day for North America. However, the games pursue even tomorrow in April 3rd, 9 a.m. Pacific time with Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11 as well as Street Fighter V Champion Edition, or shall we say the Definitive Edition, and that's going to be happening for both Europe and North America as well. But for the time being, we're kicking it back into Guilty Gear Strive. In case you might have missed it, in case you didn't get to hear the news, we have the duo back in our seats. We have Jalen and Ringe to kick things off with all the action in North America. And I gotta say, it's great to hear you both call the action from Europe. I'm even more excited to hear you call it for North America. Ringe, how are we feeling today?
Feeling good, man, most definitely. Of course, Europe was a hell of a show from start to finish, right? We got all good sets. As soon as Guilty Gear Strive started, all the way to Tekken 7, it was banger after banger. And I'm expecting no less here in the NA region, right? NA's got a lot to prove. I think EU's done a great job really backing up their smack talk and showing how skilled they are. I think NA is the one kind of looked at a little bit more heavily right now. So I want to see these players show out today.
And Jalen, I'm actually kind of curious, as we take a look at the brackets, right, there's a lot that's been going into the talent pool of Europe, but how about the talent pool for North America?
The talent pool for North America is really impressive, and you can see here we had a lot of incredibly well-known players make it through into the top 8, and even then we have some very familiar names, if you've been following the Guilty Gear scene in the slightest in NA, make it into our top 3. We've got Elusive Styles and Razzo Sharp in the upper bracket. Now, Razzo should be a really familiar name, just recently got picked up by Intel, has been winning, tons of tournaments both on and offline, recently seen at Arc Revo Finals, just doing incredible stuff with their Leo. And then in the lower half of the bracket, we've got Mira, who plays just an online warrior, plays Soul, an incredible talented player, just is one of the most aggressive Soul players I think I've ever seen. Really looking forward to seeing her fight it out as well. And so, Ringe, why don't you tell us what these players are fighting for today?
Oh, yes, the prize pool. Let me see the prizes. Give me the graphic. As you can see, all of top 8 being paid out, starting at $100 all the way to a full stack, $1,000 on the line. In addition, a PS5 will be coming home with that rack. So people are going to be battling it out as fiercely as possible to make sure they get that incredible prize pool. Your money doubles and the console comes. Like, that's no joke.
Oh no, without a doubt. And you talked about the aggression and how intense it can be for Guilty Gear Strive in general. Throughout the entirety of top 8, we've seen nothing but 3-0s, 3-1s. And in fact, we're going to see a repeat of what we just saw from the Europe Grand Finals, starting things off in match number 1. We're going to see Leo versus Chip again. And that in and of itself is going to be an aggressive matchup. But again, you want to check out all the competition going on throughout the entire month of March. Now going into April, PlayStation tournaments have held so many different types of events throughout the year, and you can check it all out at compete.playstation.com. Again, if you guys want your chance to possibly get a PlayStation 5, I feel like you have a better chance doing so right here at compete.playstation.com, fighting for your chance to get one, because these things go out real quick. But for the most part, if you want to up your game, get yourself into the community as well, what better way to start? Again, be sure to hit up that site, compete.playstation.com. And again, the matchup going into it right now, I know Ringe had something to say about it. I cut him off just a little bit to give you down the information, but I gotta know, man, what's on your mind going into match number 1?
I'm surprised we're seeing it again. That's kind of what's on my mind, because Leo is one of those characters that I think has been in the upper echelon of everybody's mind since the beginning of the game. And Chip has kind of been back and forth, right? Chip was a menace at the beginning, and then they kind of nerfed him a little bit, normalized him, and people kind of dropped off the character, like left and switched. A lot of prominent players switched up from him. But of course, that's really, I think, something that is just going to happen with a character with such low health, right? A glass cannon type character like that is always going to have people kind of drop by the wayside and have those dedicated few sticking with them. And those dedicated few always make the character look like such a problem. But Razzo is definitely an experienced player here that's used to dealing with a lot of chips, right? I'm not sure how much they've played against Elusive Man. See how they'll adjust to that certain brand of chip, but when it comes to their brand of Leo, it is ruthless aggression. Razzo non-stop. They will put the fear in your heart even if you think you are a fearless person. It's not gonna happen.
But looking into the next match, next player, Elusive Styles, age 33, Joshua Sanchez, hailing from Massachusetts. I gotta say, if you could take a look at his record overall, this man has gone through the gauntlet.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, played 17 matches. So Elusive was part of multiple qualifying tournaments to get here. That's why they have so many more games that they've played. 94% though. Like, your win rate is really good, but I need to echo what Ringe has brought to the forefront here, is that we have another chip matchup, because we were talking during the EU broadcast how unique it was to have a chip make it this far, but just that we don't see that character as much in NA, and then to have Chip here, but also the mirror match from Grand Finals. I just think that it's almost, I mean, you can't write a story as good at this. It just happens.
Yeah, we always talk about how with one region comes a certain play style with a character, right? And usually when you take that character out of that region, another region has their take on it. And nothing is more amplified than that when you watch continent between continent, right? So we're going to see two of the top level players from EU and compare them to the two top level players of NA here today on these characters. I mean, Razzo, I think, has case for best Leo in the entire world, let alone NA. So this is definitely one to watch, and I want to see if the chip can kind of bring something, because they got their hands full with Razzo Leo.
Yeah, what I'm really interested is that we pointed out the chip player that we had in EU used a lot of that 5 heavy punch. That 5 heavy was so integral to their game plan, and just being able to see it and compare it with what Elusive brings. I mean, getting to compare the game plans is going to be so fun, but Razzo the Sharp, that's a wall that you have to try and fight your way through.
I'm telling you, it's scary. Razzo already looking for the 6P, right? Trying to kind of test those long-range normals, the 5H, the far S of chip. So we'll see if they keep that in the forefront.
Yeah, I do like how they're being a little bit less aggressive at the start, but as soon as I say that, Leo comes out, gets a nice counter hit, forces out a burst from Elusive. But look at Elusive's game plan. He's not afraid to go just as aggro as Razzo.
Yeah, both of these characters are going to be looking at getting each other's face right. Nice job PRCing, seeing that the fireball was going to hit. Good instant block on the other side, but still the Lions, then you can't escape, goes to the other side. Going to be able to get a wall splat here. Yes, with the Berserker Slash, living just barely.
I like how we talk about with May we go to SeaWorld. Can we just talk about how Leo we just have tickets to the zoo? This is ridiculous. Just every time you think, oh, somebody's got Razzo's game plan, you don't. He comes out with something new.
Yeah, Razzo is super good at always kind of keeping it fresh. And one thing that they've added to their game plan that's so good is kind of taking advantage of the opponent's fear of wake-up flash kick. Like, they're so much more confident in their defensive decisions.
Yeah, that too, just something I wanted to point out that we didn't see as much earlier is that kick overhead from Razzo is a really good mix-up tool. You know, makes you guess how you're blocking. Razzo's really good about making a person double guess, overthink about how they're trying to block. And that was a really quick one from Razzo too.
I always get taken aback by the purple beat combos with that super when it breaks the wall. Like, it just deletes the person's health bar so fast. Ooh, there's the 5H that we saw Zin fall to earlier.
I like the fishing. Yeah, and the distance that Razzo's willing to play right now. Just send out the fireballs until you get something, get it confirmed. But Elusive doing a great job until they got a counter hit and force the burst out of Razzo.
The whiff cancel, it's one of the most tilting things in Strive, to be quite honest. It's very hard not to burst when you're hit by that. Razzo coming up with the flash kick, RC for the wall break as well, so positive bonus on their side. But again, this is going to be Elusive with the BRC available, actually holding on to both 100% intentions. Wasn't able to dodge the flash kick.
Yeah, I felt like Elusive could have punished that just a little bit more, but, you know, that's what I was looking for more. The whiff flash kick into a really nice super there. Go ahead, close it out.
I mean, you saw after that RC, Razzle was doing something we talked about in the EU set actually, and that's something that Leos like to do, where they do jump D when they think the opponent is going to throw. So keep that in mind. Razzle already showing that option.
Right. These guys are so willing to spend their burst too. Big counter hit.
Yeah, they both know how much momentum means to them as a character and as a player, right? So they're always looking to just take their turn and never let their opponent do anything. So try to get the low, not gonna happen. 2D in response.
Okay, the 2K2D does a lot, but I like that the flash kick whiffed. Go ahead, spend the tension for an RC, make yourself safe. Big counter hit comes out from Razzo. Sends Elusive to death. I thought there was going to be more, like maybe a wall break, but that's the power of Leo right now. Is he has so much damage, and the scaling is still really good on his combos.
Most definitely, this time Razzo actually just taking the disguise on wake up, getting away from that cross up that Elusive has kept going, and now just chucking him.
Elusive has also been spending a lot of his meter on FDing, so he hasn't had, except for that one time, not a lot to do with it. God, Razzo just stomped him.
His ankles, both of them broken. Luckily, Elusive Styles not quite out of the game just yet. Tape him up. Oh, the throw OS. Oh, actually dropped the combo, gonna give him another chance. The gold burst, and actually punish the gold burst with, I believe, the 9-frame startup on the -10 gold burst. Nice stuff from Razzo.
That's a lot of knowledge, like to know exactly what you can punish with on wake up, oh, this is my opportunity, this is what I get to do here with this move, and it's a great move to be able to do, but you knew it was safe.
Yeah, without Razzle letting the flash kicks loose, you don't want this, trust me.
No big burst there. However, both times that Elusive's gotten a gold burst, he's just been punished. Usually to death. Razzo's pretty much got these. He's trapped in the corner. Turbulence doesn't hit. The blue RC does reset it, though. He's not 100% dead.
Yeah, he's going to have another chance here, but Razzo has that 50% tension. That makes the flash kick even more deadly, but the whiff cancels. You just see a button whiff, and you naturally react as a fighting game player to try to whiff punish it. But that is the key to getting countered here with Chip. 100% tension on Razzo's side, though. They are starting this negative from the stage change. Still gets crossed up. Couldn't deal with that.
Oh, that was an unfortunate drop after the Alpha Blade.
That is so unfortunate.
That's a shame, too, because Elusive were doing such a good job coming back from that, and then just, Razzo with all that tension was able to capitalize, even though he was negative on the stage change, like you said.
Yeah, it's just something that, Razzo was so comfortable with that back against the wall, too. Oh, waiting for the gold burst, finally gave it to them. My goodness, now Razzo PRC, what you gonna do with it? You have to deal with all this pressure. The wrist gauge is getting cranked. Don't swing on that guard stance, it's the low. My goodness. Oh, flash kick as soon as you get an opportunity. Stop.
No, I feel like Razzo's got a good tell on this game plan. All the side switch and the extra air momentum that Chip has, doesn't matter. Oh, I do love the counter hit trade, though.
Yeah. To end it, the 2D coming through. Oh, reliable when it comes to Leo, right? We talk about it so much. It has great range, airborne, just in case people want to throw. Really just one of the primary answers that Leos go with on defense. And you see why there.
Yeah, that was, really good showing from Razzo. I actually just had to sit and think and be like, wait, oh, right, that's done. Razzo just 3-0'd. So Razzo's going to be waiting in the grand finals on the upper part of the bracket, which means Elusive is going to go fight Mira, who we highlighted a little bit earlier is going to play Soul. But let's check out some of these replays before we get there to see how Razzo sent Elusive down to that lower bracket and secured their place in the grand finals.
Yeah, right. Did such a good job really overwhelming their opponent. That's Razzo's name of the game, always staying in their opponent's face, making sure that they can't really get any breathing room, always feel very uncomfortable. And you can see, once you finally get out of that offense that Razzo has, a lot of the time you're just so antsy and you want to take your offense super hard, and that's when they flash kick immediately. And then you're like, oh, right back into the defensive lines then, and you're just like, what was the whole point of getting out in the first place, right? It's just something that you got to keep in mind when playing against someone as good as Razzo.
Right, and one thing I wanted to point out as we were comparing, our EU finals into this winners finals was that Razzo was really effective at controlling the airspace that Chip wanted to operate in, which was something that we didn't see as much of from Nelk. So
yeah, for sure.
Nelk sort of let Zin do a lot more air movement than Razzo was willing to let Elusive do. So it's just interesting to see the different game plans as they develop on different sides of the pond. Like Vicious was pointing out earlier, this is why it's so exciting to see EU and NA in the same day. And then to get a sort of mirror match like this just really highlights the differences in the way the game is developing.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's actually kind of funny, too, with the results of 3-0, it was still kind of close, I would say. Like, in between the matches themselves, there were still opportunities where Elusive Styles had those moments to actually get the W and just missed a little bit. Like, there was one time where he didn't get the proper punish on an uppercut against Leo. There was one time where he actually dropped something significant to get himself at least the game. There's been a couple of those moments from Elusive Styles, but I felt like those kind of racked up mentally to the point where he couldn't even come back, right? It was the point of no return at that point. But for the most part, like, you saw the opening gambit from Elusive Styles, and it looked pretty competent, to be honest with you. Against somebody like Razzo, that's no easy feat.
Yeah, Razzo was showing a lot of respect to Elusive Styles at the beginning of the game, right? Like, backing up, looking for counter pokes with 6P, trying to kind of approach safely. It was interesting to see that. But then once Razzo gets in their comfort zone, it's real hard to stop them. And that's kind of what we saw, right? They kind of got the ball rolling. And big ups, right, to Elusive Styles. Definitely was able to fight it out. Make it, like, not an easy feat whatsoever. But nonetheless, they got a whole new problem to deal with. So the bad guys in the building, Mira's in the building. We'll see how they go. And I wanted to correct myself. Sorry, it was a 7-frame flash kick. My bad.
Yeah, Mira. So Mira is... They've just been online win after online win and has been doing an incredible job with their soul. Probably, and I said it earlier, one of the most aggressive, but like intelligent aggressive souls I have ever seen. She has got some wild gameplay and she just hits the gas and goes. So I'm really excited to see this against a character like Chip.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope Elusive Styles is not hoping that the pace slows down at all, because it's not. Mira is another one of those players on Soul that is just going to overwhelm you, try to not let you play. But right now, she's the one on defense.
Right. You know, sometimes she'll have these matches where she's just watching the other person, trying to figure out what your game plan is. Did get slowed down a little bit there. The DP did get countered very hard. Go ahead. I would say she's going to save this burst. Yeah, she can't do anything about it now. Elusive's going to go ahead and close this out, but... she does sometimes sit and wait and download the information and then kind of goes for it, but I'm interested to see how she plays because it's the slowest I've ever seen her play, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, in that first round, definitely seems like she's kind of filling out Chip. And it's one of those characters, because of how fast the character is, pretty much the fastest character in the game. I think even the players that kind of like that pace get kind of intimidated by it a little bit, and it takes them a round or two to get comfortable.
Yeah, now this is the Mira special, just the walk-up grab, gonna do it to you multiple times, and Elusive is now very much on the back foot, even after that incredibly powerful start to this particular game.
Yeah, already tied up in the first match.
I really like it though, and the way that Mira is gonna use fish for different things, just using good neutral buttons, but the stepping back to big counter hit does force a burst out of Chip. And now this is, dropped a little. It's okay, we can reset these.
This catches the low off the RC. Definitely a hard thing to deal with. Oh, not a big punish. Ends up getting the throw anyway, and one more for you. Trouble the wild version this time. A little scary from Mira. Not sure what that close cess and the dash was about because there was no burst on the table, but nonetheless cleaned it up for the victory.
Yeah, and Mira's use of alternating regular throw with wild throw is something that sets her soul apart. I mean, I know a lot of souls do it, but she is so unafraid to just do it again. It's like nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. She's just gonna do it again.
Yeah, she's real good at it too, because like she did it after a regular throw that time as well, right? And if she does a command throw and you do regular throw to try to tech the regular throw, you're gonna lose. So that was like good conditioning from here too, quick adjustments.
Right. Ooh, that burst ended up working out. That can be a real 50-50 on whether or not that's going to work. It's very risky, and this is giving Mira a chance to get back into the game. But Elusive had a really strong start, did a great job blocking, and gets the burst out of him.
Yeah, ended up being clipped low right there, and the risk gauge was cranked about more than halfway, so I think that's why Elusive burst. Didn't want to eat as much damage. Built the super. Oh, didn't actually execute it, though. Definitely was looking for it. Couldn't get it out in time.
Oh, that's a shame. Don't be fancy. Just close it out. They could have won off of that. But then, okay, just closes it out with a good low. It's always so scary when things like that happen and you watch the person unstick from the wall and you're like, oh, I messed up.
Yeah, definitely. I think they wanted the super to like ensure the damage, but very, very scary for sure. Elusive Styles now has the corner once again, gets the control going. ROC to keep the pressure up. See FD away. Mira trying to get that space back. Does with the 2S.
A big counter hit out of Elusive, though, but didn't keep going with the pressure. They just chose to backdash instead. It's very interesting. I mean, they've got Mira on lockdown. PRC to keep Mira into the corner.
And you can see if you hit the clone, it does affect Chip as well. Oh no, the reset to the wild throw. That's rough. I thought she was gonna do it again.
I did too. Oh, there it is.
Regular throw. And the burst held on to from Elusive Styles.
That's okay. So they both have bursts coming into this. This is very even. But the way that Mira was just running up and threatening the throw, that was scary for Elusive.
Oh yeah. I'm scared over here, and I'm just commentating the match.
I know. I'm terrified.
Recovered in time to not get hit by that gold burst. The big break for Mira, honestly.
Yeah. So the way that oh no. I was gonna mention stuff about how they have so little tension because they're both spending it on FDs, but this is a big combo in return from Mira. But Elusive's doing such a good job maintaining pressure, but there's the one. Jeez, that did so much damage!
So smart. Great adjustments for Mira to end that round. First off, you saw the 2S spam coming out because Elusive has been doing a lot of 6P, right? A lot of 6P, utilizing that upper body invul to be like the success and the far S from Soul. So to counter that, she went with the low hitting 2S right there. Very smart. And then, of course, that's like the Mira special, the cheeky reset off the Bandit Revolver into Wild Throw. It does us so much damage.
Yeah, I thought maybe Mira had to do one more combo, but it killed? And then there's people out here saying buff Soul. Get out of here.
You know. That's just the game we gotta play, you know. Even if your character's the best, you just gotta say buff them. Just how it be.
You have a valid point. But, so Mira's up 2 in this set. But Elusive, I mean, I hate to say it, you know, it's 2-0 right now, but it is close. Elusive's not letting this go so easily, but they're just not closing out the rounds. What do you think, you know, Ringe or Vicious, so, you know, you can chime in on this, what they need to do better?
I mean, for the most part, I think, well, I would love to hear Ringe say it, but if I were to give my opinion on it, there are a couple of things where he doesn't keep it consistent, right? There was too many risks that he was taking for certain options he's going for. If you're going to go for a route, for like a punish route, make sure it's consistent and don't drop it, right? If you're going to go for anything else that's like a little bit too risky in execution and you're not confident in it yet, just basing it off of that as a viewer, don't go for it.
Yeah, I would say I think what I want to see more from Elusive is maybe an air approach. I feel like he's done a decent job on the ground, kind of threatening with 6P and far S, and he got a couple of whiff cancel counter hits, but he hasn't really been taken to the skies at all, and like you gotta test the opponent and see how they're gonna deal with it.
And so coming into this, you know, Mira doing a great job. Got the burst. Actually, both of them have spent their burst. Big DP there. And the blue RC does not work out for Elusive. That's another tool off of their table. They've got pretty much no tension. But Alpha Blade is countered by Mira. Another big DP.
You gotta watch out. That S Volcanic Viper is very fast, so you gotta make sure that your safe jumps are on point. And that kind of goes back to what Vicious said, right? There's a couple of things that are just slipping through the cracks tech-wise that are costing Elusive Styles some rounds.
Now this is a very strong start from Elusive. I like that they didn't try anything fancy there. No Alpha Blade combo. But Mira, again, that aggressive playstyle, even though you're negative when you hit the ground there, just not afraid to keep going. And that was almost 60% of Elusive's life.
And you look, see right there, he went to the skies, kind of messed with the triple jump aspect of it, went down with the jump 2K, and then actually got the hit on Mira. I want to see more of that, but wakes up with the 5K, trying to burst to keep this aggression in the corner. I don't know if it's going to pay off. Does so far. Oh, DP again!
And the walk under side switch, that just walked under casually to take that round. To take the game.
Yeah, to take the entire set. 3-0 to Mira, going to be putting herself in grand finals up against Razzo.
Now, I believe Razzo was the one who sent Mira to the lower bracket. So that's really important to note. So these players have fought each other before, and I was looking through some stats earlier as well. Not only have they played each other in the PlayStation tournaments, they've also played each other in, I believe, 3 different online tournaments this week.
What?
They're so familiar, you know, to each other's play styles and the way that, you know, you want to approach. Now, you know, Mira, I know, plays Soul exclusively, I mean, actually, as far as I know. And Razzo has played other characters, but is pretty, stuck on that Leo. Do we expect character switches? Do we expect anything wild? They're so familiar with each other.
Yeah, right. So you would think that, like, if it is heavily favored one way, which I'm not sure if it is, to be quite honest with you, then I would probably expect some type of switch up. But if they are familiar with each other, they're probably going to go with what they're most comfortable with, because they know they're not going to catch the other off guard with any type of shenanigans. However, of course, let's take a look at how Mira got into this. Well, never mind. Oh, okay. The jump 2K, yeah. I wanted to see more of that. I thought the air approach from Elusive Styles was actually working out quite a bit, but he just wasn't really committed to it. And I think that's something that, I don't know if this is the particular case with Elusive Styles, but I think some players kind of like have a negative connotation about going to the skies a lot, right? Like they want to be like this grounded footsie-based player where they're so cool on the ground, and it's like, bruh, you're playing a character with a triple jump, one of the fastest air dashes in the game. Like, just go to the skies a little bit more. But either way, good stuff to Elusive Styles, making it all the way to that third place. They're gonna get a nice little pretty penny. I think that's like $400 to them. So definitely a good look, while Mira and Razzo battle it out for grand supremacy.
Yeah, this matchup, this grand final, this is what, I mean, when I looked at the top 8 before we got into this is what I was hoping for, because both of these players have such calculated aggression and have such, such noticeable play styles, well-known play styles, like, to put them head-to-head is just it's gonna be explosive. It's gonna be one of those things, too. It's like, put on a timer, because we're going fast.
Yeah, 100% right. Razzo and Mira, I think, like as you mentioned, they play in E Series, W and F. They both enter those every single week, and I'm sure another one as well. So these players are as familiar with each other as you can possibly get. And Mira rocking it out of LBC. You can see twitch.tv/team look and see. Big ups to Mira. Has been on the grind with the soul, as you mentioned, entering week in and week out. Always in the upper echelon of results, too. I always see her at least make top 8. A lot of the time, she's getting into that top 4 territory. I've seen her taking a couple as well. So she definitely is a threat to take one today. You can see the stats looking good as well. So yeah, Mira from top to bottom, and she's an experienced fighting game player. This isn't her first time around the block, so she's used to this competitive environment as well.
Yeah, and I mean, on the other side, you have Razzo, who has been playing, multiple fighting games, not their first time around the block as well, and both so familiar to the competitive scene. And I feel like both with Strive, they're really flourishing, and they're, all of this hard work that they've put in is getting recognized tournament after tournament, week after week, and so we get to highlight both of them in this grand finals of the FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest.
And you know what's cool is that, like, one of our favorite narratives as commentators when this game first came out was to talk about the community clashes, right? Like people from different scenes, like facing each other in Strive. This is one of those, right? And they have just both stuck with the game. Mira has a Street Fighter background, Razzo has a Blaze Blue background. This is like them meeting on this territory, and they've been doing it time and time again. So it's cool that they both stuck with the game.
So getting into this, just respectful aggression, and then Mira goes in for the grab. Kind of what we expected. But Razzo tried to respond with a grab, but was too far away, giving Mira a clear opening, but a flash kick in return.
Yeah, and then dodges the volcanic pipe right there. Ooh, drops the combo, but the headbutt comes through anyway, picking up the backdash.
This should have enough time to work. Yeah, big comeback here, and they're almost even. No way!
Wakes up with the Titan grave. Well done from Mira, right? Doesn't want to risk the DP right there just in case Razzo walks up and throws. So bets on the super and bets correctly.
I love that. If you wake up with a super and it works, you might as well do it.
Yeah, right? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. But coming through here, big counter hit comes out from Razzo. And even in those little exchanges, Mira's still kind of living on life support, already in that guts range. Not counting her out yet, but Razzo's really kind of feeling it this round. Just slid underneath that, though.
Yeah, the dash 2K has got so much forward momentum to it. Mira in the corner, though, wake up with a flash kick. You're not going to stop me, Razzo. Once again, letting the aggression shown through.
Duel 3.
I love that you brought up Razzo's Blaze Blue history, because I commentated a lot of his stuff in Crosstag, and he carried a lot of what he likes from, or what they like from Crosstag into this game. Just the fastest speed, the aggression, and the big buttons.
Right, they're so comfortable in that pace. I think that's what has led to them so much success, but my goodness, Mira, able to pick up that conversion. That was nasty.
Ooh, I like the bait out of the DP there. Got a burst as well. Very strong, but Mira able to capitalize on that as well and just punches Razzo into submission.
Yeah, I was gonna say, acting like the lion tamer here, putting the lion in its cage for now. That's 1-0, but again, Mira is coming from the lower bracket, right? So a whole reset is needed before she gets a chance at the dub.
Good, nice tech there, anticipatory of that incoming grab. But
You just see like Mira run across the screen. I just remember what you were talking about, like put the timer on because it's gonna be so fast.
yeah, I mean, look at this already. Once she gets momentum on her side, she's just gone, and that was a perfect. I've timed some of her matches before, and they last less than 25 seconds. It's ridiculous.
And you can see, right, especially with like that reset earlier, like she just has such smart ways to output high damage very quickly.
I like, too, that she's not afraid to just stick out a button. And it's not a big button, but she wants to keep you in this corner. There it is again. Goes ahead, gets the RC for the wall break. That was almost a double perfect. Somebody should have timed that, because that might have been 45 seconds total for both rounds.
Most definitely. And that was the salt in the wound kill, too, because you got your burst back right as you got wall splatted, so you couldn't actually use it. Tough break, Razzo.
Oh my god, they're just going right into it. We might even see a reset from Mira. This is actually ridiculous.
This is insane. Mira said, I have places to be, and it's not here. Actually, it is here. It's here in the Grand Finals reset. Razzo just hasn't gotten a chance to play in the last 2 rounds. And the wild throw, too. Goes ahead, had the meter to RC it. Razzo, you're done, son.
Barely living, yeah, Razzo. Oh, just gets
And the run-up
again.
grab?
Does that count as a double perfect?
I'll count it. We can count it. With the time, that's definitely less time than a lot of double perfects that end up happening, to be honest.
Jeez, and the way that Mira can capitalize off of one stray hit, just a punch. Okay, finally Razzo got a chance to play. Oh, nope, never mind. We got a burst.
Oh my goodness, waiting and whiff punishing the guard point attack? Yeah, Mira's kind of looking brazy, and then you get the 2S on top of that. Stop.
Okay, does get the burst out of Razzo. Jumps over the projectile, but doesn't get anything out of it. Look at the way Razzo's playing so defensively. Finally gets a flash kick into a combo. Probably gets wall break here. No, the back turn stance switches sides.
Yeah, Leo's really keeping the wall and putting you in back turn mix up, but stop. No raw berserker slashes, none of any kind right here. You better well done that one, son. Mira 3-0 for the reset.
Someone call for some help. Someone needs to go back to like character selection. I feel like with the way the lobby set up, yeah, we're gonna go back into the lobby no matter what, because that was a 3-0 in quick fashion. There's other ways I want to express that, but I cannot. We're going into the next match already in the reset.
Word?
What, we're back?
I thought
Jeez.
this might have been replays, but we're already live. Now, I was going to bring up the fact that Razzo actually tweeted not too long ago, I feel like I can only win when I play Happy Chaos. So I thought we might have seen the Happy Chaos switch here, but no, they're going with the tried and true.
Yeah, I would have really liked to see Happy Chaos, just to throw something else at Mira. Okay, does manage to take this one, and just as a reminder to everybody, Razzo was the one who sent Mira to the lower bracket, 3-1.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and Mira was like, oh, I don't care. Let's go.
Yeah, what a response to... Oh my goodness, the stop sign. It really is so hard to counter poke that button. Like, it is ridiculous to whip punish. It is one of the best in the game.
So back into this, I like that Razzo's trying to meet Mira at her own game with the wake up grab.
I can't believe there's already a game in the books. Like, how is this happening, yo? Now,
I don't know, I'm about to start my timer again.
Razzo up 1-0 here in the reset. This is so fast.
And the thing is they're taking 0 time between matches. I said it in EU, but this is like no think only buttons.
You know, that's what happens when you get in the zone sometimes. Everything just falls by the wayside, right? You forget about the distractions of life. Everything only exists in the game.
It's incredible the way now that Razzo, though, has regained their composure, doing a good job trying... Oh, I like the stagger there, but doing things... Oh, you know, I think he's trying to out-aggress Mira's aggression, but this is now comeback potential for Mira. All that wall bounce property goes ahead and breaks the wall, puts it back into the neutral, but Razzo just slapped him.
That's one of Razzo's favorite options on stage change. If they have the BRC available, they're going to do it, and if you backdash, that is a free punish. So good stuff from Razzo here. Again, maintaining control of this reset after getting dominated, quite frankly, in that first set.
Yeah, oh, the turbulence didn't hit. I think Mira just didn't get unstuck from the wall. That was a little scary.
Indeed, and now, again, I love that from Razzo as well, just committing to the combo and not really trying to hard bait it the burst at all.
Okay, so now Mira does have the counter hit here, does have almost as much tension. There we go. Spends it, goes ahead, gets the wall break, doesn't do anything risky.
Razzo's side, though.
That's so scary. Razzo with tension is a force to be reckoned with, and there it is. Goes ahead, gets the wall break at the tip of the swords too, sends him back to the other stage. I think we're just playing tennis at this point. No way does this work.
Yeah, and actually didn't build enough meter to get that 50% tension to make it safe either, but Razzo didn't want to stick their hand in the blender. Either way, finds that 2D, the tried and true, to go up 2-0. 5 games have passed. It's felt like 1.5, and it's somehow 2-0 to Razzo after getting 3-0 in the first set.
I mean, Mira has to try something different in order to just stay in this grand finals. So that was a little bit better, using more of her aggressive style to start out, not being so respectful. Just jumps out of the corner, fishing with these kicks instead of the punches.
Oh, missing out the DP. Flash kicking out of the block string setup. Oh my goodness, you see the backup right there? That was such good spacing from Razzo. Now counter hits with the far 8. My goodness.
Razzo, it's like the previous set never happened.
Yeah.
This is insane. Okay, Mira, I like the way that Razzo's dashing out of those punch buttons that I highlighted that Mira was doing so well. And just like that, Razzo is 1 round away from taking Grand Finals reset.
This is a wild stuff. He has 6P, you want to far S me, you got to deal with that. We've seen some 2S to counter that from Mira, but not enough. And now Razzo reading the offense so good.
Yeah, they're both backdashing out of range so effectively. Okay, counter hit does come out of Mira, gets a big... Wow, that was max distance. I wish they could have picked up off of the wall hit, but I don't know if it worked. Big punish on the flash kick here, and Mira not out of it yet.
That clean hit volcanic viper coming through with that extra bit of damage she needed. Ooh, nice job right there. Not getting baited by the delayed bandit revolver and throw punishing afterwards.
Burst comes out. I think that was the most they've ever not hit buttons.
Yeah, that was like the slowest the game has been.
Yeah, these two are so quick on their buttons, and Mira seems to have found their footing once again. Tries to go for the low, but Razzo's expecting a big counter hit, gets the burst out of Mira. Razzo sitting on that 50% tension could do something kind of terrifying, but Mira just doesn't want to let that happen. There we go. Mira stays at it, puts one on the board.
You saw how tentative both players got at the end there. Finally, once they realized both lives were on the line, and especially Mira, considering her whole tournament life was on the line, definitely started playing a little bit more careful, a little bit more safe, clutched it out. My mind was blown by that guard point stance. Oh, the 2D right there. Oh, and the dodge.
What a punish!
Stop.
Oh my god, these two, they're not playing the characters, they're playing each other.
Like, I wanted to talk about the cool thing that time, but that was as cool and I couldn't talk about it. Like, they're just both playing so well.
There's just no chance. They're both playing out of their minds right now. Oh my god!
The first time Razzo shows the Liger Bomb, the long distance command throw, Mira with the backdash on reaction. Stop.
The way that these two just have all of the situations lined up, ready to go, it's like a conveyor belt of buttons.
It's really, really impressive from both sides. So far, backdash gets flipped here. Razzo gonna be able to break the wall with a super if they want. Yes, sir.
I like it though, get as much damage as you can, especially because you know you're going to get that tension back. Mira though, with the 50% tension, may not be able to use it, and Razzo just got that.
I'm really loving the way they're both playing around guard point stance, like the way Razzo has kind of adjusted to Mira's adjustments. It's really, really fascinating.
Oh my god, they were just walking at each other. And again!
Yeah, both players now, they're really starting to respect each other's ranges, know how well each other can counter their options. Big conversion off that jump counter hit.
Yeah, the grab from Mira whiffed, just misspaced, and because Razzo had jumped out of it and then capitalized, like you said, big PRC here, wasn't able to finish anything out, and again, just these backdashes. Oh, what a low!
It was so sick to counter the Night Raid can low profile that one. Now Mira on life support here, both 50% tension. couldn't click the backdash, waited till after.
Oh my gosh, this is so tense. Okay, the BRC goes in, grabs, and then the reversal! Razzo, even though they went down 3-0 in the first set, gets it all the way back in the reset of Grand Finals. No!
Oh man, such impressive play from Razzo. Yeah, I really liked the guard point stance. He kind of like backed up a little bit, and Razzo. So the guard point stance is susceptible to lows. You can knock Leo out of it if you hit them with a low, right? So you saw in that one instance, Razzo actually just backed up a bit and kind of baited out that 2D range and whiff punished with the guard point attack. It was so sick.
Yeah, so now we're going to see some of those replays where you get to see just the, all of that guard point stance. It was so important, and I'm glad that you pointed that out repeatedly. But then also the way, too, that Razzo started playing Miro's own game with the grabs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely right. Just kind of being able to like guard cancel, or not guard cancel, but cancel the back turn stance and kind of use that manipulation of the plus frames to establish a throw game. And it's so smart because once you establish the throw game in this game, it is so hard for your opponent not to start reaching. Throws do a healthy amount of damage, but even then, it's not going to hurt as much as a combo, but sometimes you can't help yourself.
No, definitely not. And looking at just these replays at how strong Razzo was, especially in their counter hit game, the way that they were able to just wait out certain moves. Oh my god, that right there was so good.
So that was definitely like a real clutch moment from Razzo, right? Oh, that was so sick too. The Night Raid to dodge the burst. I can't believe Mira like thought of that in time, considering how much had been going on in the match.
No, it was, both of them, their ability to think and adapt on the fly and make such active changes to their game plan, it was incredible. So taking a look here at the bracket, you can see Razzo Sharp walking away with that $1,000 and a PS5, and then Mira in second place, and Elusive doing a great job bringing that chip in third, rounding out the FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest.
Yeah, man. Big ups to all of our players again. This can't happen without the players, so I always give major thanks to them, especially when they put on such entertaining and phenomenal matches like we saw today. Both Europe and NA, just top to bottom, great Guilty Gear strive. I learned new things today. I saw exciting matches. I jumped out my seat. It's pretty much all I could ask for.
To be honest, I felt like we could have done a little bit more with just this overall bracket, right? I felt like everything just went so quickly, and you could see it right there statistically. 3-0s all across the board, with the exception of like, 3 matches total where we got 3 and 1? And we only got to see, upper bracket, lower bracket, and grand finals. So yeah. Even on top of that, the matches went by so quickly. But still, without a doubt, the matches were exactly the high-octane type that we were expecting, regardless of what region, right?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. We got to see incredible action this morning in EU, and then, I should have buckled my seatbelt a little bit tighter for the way NA went. Good God. It just felt like you were on top of the roller coaster, and once you started, it just did not stop. The action was continuous, and even we were surprised when they were like, oh, Grand Finals reset, this isn't a replay? Okay, I guess we're going. But that's, shout-outs to Guilty Gear and Arc System Works for making a lobby system that enables you to do that, honestly.
Yeah, it's one of the best things about Guilty Gear, right, is that, getting into everybody wants their fighting games to be able to rematch quickly, right? And with Guilty Gear, just the pace of the action and the pace of the in-game feel kind of lends itself to always hitting rematch. People just kind of spam it. It's just how it goes. But that's what you want out of your game, and yeah, Arcs has definitely accomplished that tenfold.
Yeah, as much as that's kind of a burner sometimes for production, I gotta say, as a fighting game fan, thank God. We got rollback, we got quick rematches, and of course we have a great game with a great IP in total. So with that in mind, I gotta ask you both, what were your favorite moments, I guess, from these 3 matches? If we could just pick one moment. Let's start off with Jadalyn on this one.
Oh, gosh, that's... it's so hard to pick, one moment, but In particular, no, as much as I really love Razzo, they're a homie. I gotta say, Mira doing 2 walk-up grabs into the command grab in the lower bracket final against Elusive. I mean, I said it. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, and Mira was like, no, I am the Spanish Inquisition. And I just love that because she's not afraid to just walk up and throw, and that's a threatening moment, and it's just one of my favorite things to watch her do.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been kind of gushing about the guard point moment, right? But even beyond that, like the way that Razzle kind of adjusted themselves and how they reacted to it once Mira got in that range, right? Because they knew that Mira knew the weakness to that stance. So afterwards, they did it a lot where Mira was already in range to do the 2D, and they just immediately canceled it into the guard point attack follow-up, which counter hit her multiple times. Like Razzle's just play around that and the adjustments, that was definitely my favorite part.
I agree, and you can see so many more of these moments. In fact, you could possibly create a moment for yourself by competing in one of these tournaments at compete.playstation.com, where you could potentially see some of the best in your region and play off against them to level up your game, as well as get your shot at a PlayStation 5 and some extra chunk of change. You'll be playing from the comfort of your own home, playing your favorite fighting games for that much money and a crazy console. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. Again, it's compete.playstation.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we just concluded Guilty Gear Strive for North America, but when we return, we'll be back with more of that fighting game action through ways of Tekken 7. Jadalyn, Ringe, it's been an absolute pleasure. All y'all hanging out in the chat. We'll see you very soon with more here in the Dojo Fighting Fest. back like we never left, and it's oh so sweet. This is the FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest. If you're just joining us now, we just declared Razo as our North American champion, taking down Miro with that impressive Leo 2 times over in the run back, asserting his dominance as the champion. But we're going to turn things around just a little bit back into the scene with Tekken 7 for North America. And of course, I'm your host, Vicious. And again, if you guys happen to miss it all, well, guess what? We still have another day worth of fighting game action going on tomorrow as well. Let's take a look at the schedule and what you could expect starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time with Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11 starting things off, as well as Street Fighter V Champion Edition, or as we all know it right now, the definitive edition, the final moments of Street Fighter V in their final year here in the FGC. But I gotta say, man, we've been going through both Europe and North America. The action has not stopped, and what better way to finish off the day than with the 2 R's. We got Rip and Ryan Hart coming in back for Tekken 7. What's going on, fellas?
Feeling good, man. Back again. EU was exciting. NA is gonna be just as exciting, I hope. I don't hear Ryan.
I love it when that happens with Ryan. This has happened a couple of times, but for the most part, I know for sure that he's excited because we were talking about it before we even went live. Yeah, just by the actions himself, he's a very animated fella. I think we got him back. Yeah,
you're back.
There he is. We can actually hear him, but
he said he's excited though.
Yeah, believe it when he says it. I know the chat 100% agrees with you, Ryan. They were saying the same thing. I'm calling you. I'm really.
How about now? 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 Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Finally, you got me. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Right. So yeah, obviously I'm super excited. EU was really hype. Pika versus Tetsu did not disappoint, man. Went down to the wire, don't mean the TV series, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So I can't wait to see what NA is going to offer. I mean, Joey Fury is the guy I'm counting on right now. But we'll see what happens, Rip. I know you got your own opinion there.
We have the same opinion right now, is what it sounds like. Joey Fury is the man to beat. But Joe Crush, he's an up-and-comer. You know, he's been doing well lately the past year and a half or so. You see it in the bracket here. This is how they got there. Joey Fury, look at it, dominating his way through the bracket. 3-0s all around. Joe Crush doing the same, though, right? Just to get up here into this upper bracket final. And then down below, you see Ace Unlimited pulling through to grab that last spot in our top 3, taking out Divine Exorcist in a close one, 3-2. Ace Unlimited, a long-time veteran. Most of these guys started in Tekken 5 acting competitively. Ace Unlimited and Joey Fury. Joe Crush, though, he's relatively newer. So, you know, even when you look at their ages, you got some 30s on the side of the older players, and you got some low 20s on the side of Joe Crush. So, should be a nice battle of the old school versus new school.
Some 30s in ages and some 30s in scores, some 3-0s there, man. It's interesting not to see certain players get a little bit further. I mean, obviously, we're quite used to seeing Divine Exorcist in those top spots as well. You know, there's winners semis, there's winners finals, grand finals even. And then, of course, as well as Divine Exorcist, I remember seeing a lot of Shadower in the previous tournaments that we've hosted together, Rip, you know, and he was always a top performer as well. So really interesting to see these results play out. Obviously, Ace Unlimited, a dark horse here in that losers final spot, can actually beat anyone on any given day. Is that correct?
Correct, and that's exactly what we're going to find out, like which Ace Unlimited shows up. He has an Asuka, and he also has a Jin Kazama. We'll get there when we get there, but I feel like the Jin's the one that's going to be putting in work for us.
As many zeros as we saw in the upper bracket going 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, we see a lot more here in the prize pool, right? Going in from 8th to 1st place, everybody's getting cash in their pocket no matter what. You see $100 there for 8th place, but at the very top, $1,000 plus that oh-so-sweet bonus. The PlayStation 5 for 1st place. That's actually amazing. We haven't seen that for a while. I would love, personally, you know, for us to get one as well. But for the most part, yeah, no, the competitor's getting a PS5 as well as $1,000 for participating at compete.playstation.com is one of the coolest things you could ever imagine, right? PlayStation Tournament has been putting on for the fighting game community for the last couple of years and has done it right, in my opinion. And by the community as well. You can see them actually really pulling through for so many different games. In fact, we have that very moment going on this weekend, right? So again, if you want to check it out, be a part of that competition and level up your game, be sure to hit up compete.playstation.com. With that in mind, we have our first matchup set up, right? The Battle of the Joes, technically. One's Joey, one's a Joe, but either way you spin it, that's how it goes.
No baby kangaroos involved. This is going to be an absolute epic clash. This is going to be really cool. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen. It's winners finals. I don't want to be that person that drops down to losers finals, right? Because there's a lot of pressure there. So you want to get into the grand finals on the winners side. It's all to play for right now.
Exactly. And when you look at the top 8 bracket, we saw both these guys going in with the 3-0s. But here is Joey Fury, age 29. Okay, so I thought maybe he was in his 30s, but he's almost there, right? Buffalo, New York representative. Joey Fury, one of the top players in North America. You see the Craig Marduk represented, but also been running a lot of Fang Wei as of late. So Joey Fury, definitely the guy to look out for. Just got back from the UK, I believe, actually. You know, came out second in that tournament over there, offline. And I'm sure he's looking to avenge that loss. You know, that was a brutal one. He got the reset in the grand finals. But here he is in the winner's final of this tournament. Just needs to get through Joe Crush.
Definitely. Great win performance there. 12 wins and only 2 losses, 86% win ratio. He has been dominant, no doubt. And that London experience is definitely going to help him here as well, going up against Joe Crush in the winner's final, who is 22 from Texas. Good old Texas. I wonder which part of Texas. Texas is massive, 3 times the size of London. Anyway, they see his Twitch channel and socials. Yeah. And yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Jack 7 repping that robot in good style. And this is going to be quite an epic. I mean, wait, doesn't Joe Crush have a secondary that he rocks with?
Jack is basically the secondary now. When he came onto the scene, Jack was the one. That's what he considers his main, I think. But like realistically, I think the past year and a half, we've seen more out of Geese Howard from him than any other character.
That's it. Okay, and there you see a perfect win ratio there. Look at the tally, 9 wins and 0 losses. Big fat 0, a scary one in that loss column. So he's going to be here to win. No doubt he's going to be trying to get into the grand finals on that winner's side. But Joey Fury is going to have things to say about that.
I mean, hopefully. And that would be cool to see another Geese on the screen, because we've seen sort of like a mirror match from the European region for at least the Guilty Gear side of things. I mean, the most we could possibly get is maybe a Geese, but for the most part, Joey Fury, again, he hasn't really, I don't know, he's strayed away from like how many different characters now from like in his current repertoire. He's bounced around like different seasons, right?
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of characters he can use. I mean, I think a few seasons ago, the Paul Phoenix was making a lot of waves. Prior to that, he was also a Jack player. That was his primary character was Jack even. So, you know, his timing with that character is always very important. And that carries over to his Marduk as well. But, you know, if he wanted to use a Lydia, I'm sure he has one in his back pocket just to, you know, mirror the Guilty Gear set and give us a rematch from the EU side of things out here. It might happen. Unlikely, I think. But I think most likely we're going to see the Marduk or the Fang out of Joey.
I don't know who we're going to... I mean, I think we're going to see a Marduk. I feel like there's a Marduk at play here. But you never know. You never know. And it's best of 5, right? So you can play the field. You know, you can start out a certain way, see what you see, and then reply from there. And that's been working out quite well for certain players. But we've seen in very recent tournaments that sometimes if you pick your homeboy too late, it's not early enough. You know, and sometimes you need to go with you need to put all your eggs in one basket and commit to that main character early on. Try and get the 1-0 if possible. At least you get the tie up 1-1 if you stick with that character. But if you pick a wrong character and end up like 2-0 down like we saw earlier, it's really really hard to pull it back. So yeah, first character, even though it's a best of 5, is a very very important pick.
Yeah, and Joe Crush, he's been bouncing between a lot of characters as well. Obviously, I mentioned the Geese Howard, we saw the Jack, but he also has a King he's been working on, and also a Julia Chang. So, a lot of options here. We'll see what matchup we get for this first one.
Boy.
It's going to be the Geese versus the Marduk, all right?
I love when I'm right. I mean, the Marduk versus the Geese. We've got bird-on-bird action coming up any moment now.
I knew you were going to
When you said Marduk, I was like, who says Marduk?
Yeah.
Nobody says Marduk.
I can just tell because of the fact we're in the same age range, I knew you were going to go for that joke.
Joey
For sure.
versus Joey using Geese and Marduk. This is all animal affair right now.
Ducks versus Geese. Yes, they're going to Infinite
Goose.
Stage as well.
Okay, Arctic Snowfall. All right, so expect some tackles. Definitely expect some tackles.
He's carrying a car for his intro?
Yeah.
I've actually never seen Marduk's intro like ever. I've seen everybody else's but Marduk.
Everyone else
Doesn't even
gets
drive.
there in cars. He brings the car to the event.
That's what I'm saying. He walks with the car above
He
his
carries
shoulders.
the car. Oh, wow. All right, so here we go. First round. Feeling each other out here in footsies. Ooh. Wow, no break. Gets tossed
Yeah, that's
around
a
early
surprise.
like a pancake.
Full combo
Okay.
conversion here.
Big damage off that. All tries to run in while running. Oh, man. Over the low. And Joey just looking for one hit to take the round while standing 3 does it. First round on the board.
Yeah, read the mix-up correctly there. Appropriate punish as well. And, you know, going back to the EU set that we saw earlier today, Tetsu was so good against the Geese Howard matchup. I honestly haven't seen such good counter Geese play. So I was very impressed with that. But Joy Fury right now, you know, getting it done correctly here as well. At least so far.
Okay.
Got him.
A little bit tentative from Joey Fury after taking that first run. Crush gets in now. If you can. A little bit of chip damage always helps. Spacing up now.
That dash up nothing.
Dash up down 4. Oh, this time he gets a break. Joey's
Good
working
break
off
there.
20 seconds left on the clock. Very slow pace.
Oh yeah, very slow. Yeah, both of them again.
Oh my gosh, he just caught him.
Those 2 throws.
Takes the life lead with that. Oh, gets a
Baited.
relaunch.
That's a huge
Not it
lead.
yet, though.
7 seconds,
left,
no
backs
time.
up. Oh,
And he hit a
tricked
button?
him. That
What
was
if he
very
did a
smart.
rage art?
That was very, very smart. He backed up a couple of times just to make Crush run in, and he was ready for it.
Man, but Joey Fury, first 2 rounds, in control so far. Not dominating yet, but 2-round lead is kind of dominating, I would say.
Joey Crush working on the health bar, taking half already. Half off. Oh,
Get tossed,
good break
man.
there.
The throws today.
Oh my gosh. His ankle's getting abused now. Oh,
What a
trade.
trade! Oh boy.
Doesn't quite get the ground grab. That could have been big. Nice interruption there. Gets around now. Joe Crush.
Yeah, I love the single jab step there. Counter hit down 4 to start off this round. Okay. Joe Crush putting it together now. Oh, don't roll forward.
Joe Crush starting to take charge in this slower pace of the match. Really trying to make Joey Fury work at his speed. Oh man, the choke slam.
And this is the mix-up game now with just the throws, right? He's got the choke slam that's a command grab, which is the 2 break, and then he's got the 1+2 throw that he's gotten a couple
he ran into
launchers
that.
with.
Great timing there from Fury.
But he dropped the ender. Rage mode for Joe and plenty of meter.
Wow. That last... That was like max range hit. One more hit's gonna do it. Oh, doesn't spend the bar.
Nothing,
And
he
this
got
time he
it!
does. Wait for the
Oh
confirm.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh, is that it?
Not with that combo! Hold the
Oh my gosh, what a clutch.
Oh boy.
He
Final
shouldn't have
round,
dropped it
game
in
1.
the first place. I feel
Nope.
like.
Made
But
it
either way,
interesting.
he salvaged the moment.
Add it to the highlight reel. It was clutch.
Near fails. Gets a tackle. Oh, nice escape. For the counter hit down 4 this time. There's a break. Joey Fury now. Backs up for space. Looking for the right timing to engage here. Don't wanna
I
open
like the
yourself
down
up.
forward 1-1 lockdown that Joker's using just a second ago too.
And Joey Crush favoring those lows. Looking for the high crush, no doubt. Oh, and another break. And this is close. 17 seconds left.
Another
There's a tackle.
one.
Oh, and he gets another. What a read. Crush now.
And these,
Oh, spends the bar. Joey Fury on defense. Blocks everything here.
The
Wow,
mix-
what? The gamble. Oh, the throw doesn't reach 5
Time.
seconds. Oh.
big lead for Joe Crush. The high, and that'll be that. Joker's just gonna hold back.
Oh, there just wasn't enough left on the clock, and Crush knew it. He knew exactly when to start backing up. No danger of rage art or rage drive. He had nothing to really fear, and that was great, smart play there at the end from Joe Crush. He saw the clock, and he was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit on this.
Definitely, and it was so smart, like this the whole situation, because he was down 2 rounds to start off the game, you know, and he stayed slow, stayed composed the whole way through there. Infinite stage, you know, not usually in Geese Howard's favor, especially against Marduk, but he made it work for him. Well done.
Yeah, not in Geese Howard's favor, but in Joe Crush's favor. Great strategy there all the way through. Used the 2 first rounds to kind of analyze, understand, observe, and then chose to engage when he knew he could. There were some great moments from Joey Fury, like that one where he got the relaunch. There was another one where he got a really interesting launch like that as well. And again, we see the clock in motion. Those 6 seconds used to full advantage there by Fury. But this man, Crush now, fully in his element here. Great combo.
Oh, and this was the scramble at the end here. Could have had a rage art to finish, but instead went for a longer combo and missed it. And then the mix out of the string
Oh, man,
got
that
him
was-
with the mid version. Yikes.
That was
was
Morning
intentional.
Denny's was morning Denny's eggs, man. That scramble was crazy. Oh my gosh. But absolutely insane. I really like that. And it's, that is a question about clutch and intestinal fortitude where you can kind of use those scramble scenarios and still win. You're the one that made the mistake, but you're still on top of the opponent in the mind game and you get the W. That's I mean, it's not your ideal win, but it's a good one to get occasionally.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
winning
it shows
is winning.
veteran status.
We'll
It
definitely
is.
take that, yeah. I mean, it just creates for a better highlight, right? It's like, oh, you can take it out of context. There was a very clutch moment that Joe Crush had in this round. Make it like a 3-second snippet or something. I don't know. And then, it tells a pretty good tale. Not the best one, but it's still a W either way. Going into the next match, Joe Crush versus Joey Fury, right? The first game going to Joe Crush. How often do we get to see these time overs, by the way? I feel like I haven't seen one in forever in Tekken 7.
I feel like it depends on the players you're watching. Joey Fury, he's comfortable letting the clock run out. Joe Crush as well, obviously. So in this situation, I think we're going to see a couple more of them. If you have someone else up there like Shadow 20Z, you're definitely going to see a timeout, like 100% guaranteed, basically. It's very rare to see Shadow go complete offense, so you guarantee at least one timeout per set.
It's
But
definitely
this one,
it's definitely a regional difference I'm seeing here. I feel like in Europe, everyone's way more aggressive. We hardly saw any timeouts earlier. It was always about getting the close, So yeah,
Definitely.
really interesting difference there in the meta.
yeah, I think in NA we fear Tekken 7. So we don't want to hit a button. We have an 80% lead. We better block. Block for 80 more seconds.
I mean, that doesn't mean we don't fear in Europe. I think we fear in Europe, so we go ham, because we don't want to take anything, right? Just scared to take any defense. Just got to go in guns blazing.
I got no
Successful
defense. I
tackle.
need offenses.
Oh, nice. Duck gets the wall standing 3. Back in action now. Joey Fury after the side switch.
Double. And not a
what
launch, though.
Oh, man.
Works out anyway. Man, Joe Crush looking good right now.
NASA staff stayed home that day, boy. No launch. All right, so down 4.
Counter. Wall's right there. Perfect. The mix is slammed.
Off the floor. Working on a perfect here. Oh.
He jinxed
Interruption.
him. It's okay.
And he's looking for the scrape now. The classic Marduk scrape with the down. That's all it is. The scrape. The scrape finishes. The down fours. Just chip him away.
But they're
Get that
launch
tree
punishable.
down.
It's scary.
It's hard punishable, right? But it's so good at the end. It's got so much range.
And they
Oh,
cannot
man.
low parry it.
Caught by the second one.
Good step.
Okay.
Martic, a bigger
Yeah,
character,
yeah.
obviously a little bit harder to step with. In that EU set, we saw a lot of sidestep left hop kick right out of Tetsu versus Peace Howard.
Wow, what a
You're
low
not really
parry.
going to see that versus Martic.
Had that low scouted.
Oh boy.
Okay. Joey Crush now threatening with that one bar.
Reach mode now as
Fury with
well.
the life lead backing up. 15 seconds. Crush now trying to get something started here. 10 seconds. Oh, but
Step on
denied.
it.
As the stomp comes out. Joey Fury, 2 rounds.
Yeah, and both of these characters are really good at stealing rounds away from the opponent, right?
They so are.
If they have some rage, it's very likely that they can make an 80% comeback. So that might be another reason that we're seeing these timeouts happen, right? Because they're like, oh boy, I know what your character can do with this much time and this much health and rage, etc. But Joey right now, huge lead. Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
Great wall carry and great damage and a perfect. My goodness.
That's the way to answer back. Ties it up 1 apiece here in the winners final.
Crazy just flow. He really got into his groove once walls were introduced. Did you notice that?
That's a great point. Yeah, Martic with the wall throw Oki becomes a lot scarier there too, right? Because both options deal a lot of damage. It's a pure 50-50. You cannot visually see that ground throw mix up. So you got to just guess. And Joey's right now just been slamming him against that wall. Joe Crush obviously breaking the combo starter, which might mean that we're going to see the flip of that soon.
And that kind of spells like one of the biggest factors right now is just having a wall in the stage, right? In comparison to what just happened earlier, right? Sort of similar to what Infinite Azure, what we saw earlier with Joe Crush and what he took advantage of, like whatever strategy he needed to implement. I think Joey Fury having access to that wall is what really made it the defining factor.
I mean, for a character like Marduk, it's great if you have wall access because, tackle guesses are way scarier, right? If they go for a mount, you have to react. And that makes mount cancel mix-ups really scary too. So just Marduks in general, when they see a wall, they have way more going on mentally that they can use.
And a big counter. And Joey Fury in general had a lot of good call-outs in this game here. But that was it right there. The ground option mix-up. And, you know, Joe Crush, that launcher's got to be there for him on all these blows that he blocks, all these highs that he ducks as well. He had a couple of misses on him. And against a player like Joey Fury, you can't be making those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, it looked like it got worse and worse as the match progressed, you know. There was like a round that was kind of close, then there was an almost perfect, then there was a clean perfect right at the end, you know. It just got worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, Joey Fury looking really comfortable. I think we're definitely going to see a stage switch after this one. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what changes after that, because that looked pretty rough. That definitely looked like we weren't able to get the Crush that's able to use the clock in the same way. You know, running the clock down, controlling the pace from there, keeping the tempo in his favor. Like, we didn't see any of that, you know? So I think a stage change is potentially in order.
I think both of these players have been picking random select, though, for the stages. We'll see if that continues as we go on here in this next game, though, right? Because in EU, we saw the opposite. We saw each player always picking the stage. So we saw a lot of Howard Estate. We saw a lot of that Claudio stage, Duomo de Sirio as well. But so far here, I've seen that question mark on the stage every time we've been loading in. So we'll see whether they decide to go with anything different here. But Geese Howard is no stranger with walls either. He's pretty strong with it. So, you know, if he has the Geese Howard stage and he gets that multi-wall break, I think that's probably better for Geese than it is for Marduk.
I mean, I think it's a question of the player's style, right? Because, you know, like you're saying, Geese is really good with walls, but does the player train that way? Because he was clearly really efficient when it came to running the clock, playing with no walls, used playing the distance game, running that style. But with the walls, you know, that might not be his maybe he's good at it, but that might not be his ultimate forte. And in that case, it does come down to who's the best in the scenario, right? If you put two fighters in a cage, you're going to see a certain style come out of each guy, right? And I feel like in this particular scenario, based on that one game we just saw, if that's a preface for anything, looks like Joey Fury's got the goods when it comes to having your back against the wall.
The funny thing, too, is that Joey, in general, when he's playing on infinite stages, he does pretty well. And I think a lot of times, in turn, you'll see him switch to infinite stages when the wall stuff doesn't go his way. And when we look back at that first game they played, it was actually Joey Fury that was up 2 rounds at first, before Joe Crush made that 3-round comeback. So Joey Fury actually had the lead in infinite stage as well. So it was just great adaptation and running the clock correctly by Joe Crush at the end that helped him hold on to it.
Ultimately, you want to be good at both, you know. Oh, the one thing I didn't think of is a character change. I mean, we have a stage change as well, like you said, random with the question mark. But now we actually have a character change. Maybe this is an attempt to counter the momentum that Fury is very carefully and calmly building up in a very scary manner. I mean, Julia is going to be able to poke and annoy, you know, Marduk in a way where he can't get the control he wants over someone like Geese. So, yeah, pick-wise, I think this is really interesting.
Yeah, Julia, definitely a strong character in this game. Kind of underutilized, right? We don't see a lot of Julia representation in tournaments, despite her being one of the top characters.
She is a top character, and we used to see a lot of her, like, when she was new, you know, but I think the novelty's worn off, so now people have gone back to their bread and butters. But let's see what happens here. 1v1, first round in game 3.
Yeah, it's pretty curious that Joe Crush has switched already, though, right? Like, it's 1-1 here. He was doing pretty decently with his main. And boy, testing Joey Fury like that, he knows.
Yeah, that was,
Correct guess on the ground throw, though.
Man.
Smart stuff, yeah.
2 lows in a row. Joey with a round that kind of just came to him, right? He just kind of got given the punishes.
Yeah, you gonna throw out that high straight? Sure, I'll duck and launch you. Why not? I'll be right there.
Max damage and pick you at the wall?
Yeah. And then I get ground throw-key. Beautiful.
Oh, the bow and arrow.
Wow, Joey usually in that situation did down forward 1 to get the whiff punish.
Strategically swapping sides there with that throw. Ooh.
No break.
Man.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's a combo. Marduk with rage, 80% comeback time. Is that what we're about to see here?
Yeah.
Punish that!
Oh, that's it.
Yes,
Wow,
it is.
stolen. Off of that
from a
one
get
while
kick.
rising 3 into combo. You know that? That was crazy.
I'm telling Marduk with and he didn't even have to spend the rage drive or anything, right? Like a lot of times Marduk in that situation, he converts off
Oh my
attack
gosh, he
into
is
rage
just
drive.
bullying right now. What is happening?
Yeah, I didn't know about the Julia pick here.
Not
We'll see,
yet.
though.
It's not working out yet. Still alive though. Oh.
Yeah, that could have been big. Got him.
Yep, the teapot punch, as I like to call it.
Teapot punches.
First, look at the body, look at the form. That is a teapot if I ever saw one. Oh.
It really is. Now that I'm seeing it, yeah.
The teapot punch, man.
Teapot lunch punch? Yeah, okay.
I wanted to do it again now, just so I can show you guys how much of a teapot it looks like.
Duck the high,
there's
of
another
course.
duck. Speaking of
Can't be
teapot
doing
punches,
that.
that can also get ducked. Oh, okay. Marduk now on the offense, and again we're seeing that solid form once Joey Fury gets one thing started, and that's it, game. That is definitely
done.
game. Oh. Those mud punches.
That Julia Chang pick, not the right choice for sure. You know,
Man,
it was two issues, right? The bow and arrow at the end was terrible, of course, but just the party crasher into the high follow up, the kick follow up.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's a natural combo if you hit it, but
Right.
when you're just guessing like that, that's a terrible idea.
I mean, he might be a bit nervous. You know, I think normally players like to set that up, right? They'll condition with the elbow first and then maybe go for that.
Right.
Or when they get the hit confirmed, you know, because it's a guaranteed combo. But maybe a bit of nerves coming in. I feel like if you're using that so early in the game, you know, it's very, very risky. So maybe a bit of nerves. Or maybe that worked in the past. Maybe he did that based on some prior knowledge. You know, maybe that's something that Fury tied up. You know, tidied up. Yeah, I was just thinking those two punches that Marduk does, where he like punches the floor like that. He must be like a whack-a-mole professional. You know, like there's no moles are getting away from him if he's doing those punches, man. That's just.
I mean, he's got to be pretty flexible too. Like, yeah, that's the underrepresented part of that move.
You see his leg up in the air like a ballerina, like Marduk, man. For a big man, he's like 350. He's like super agile.
Yeah, super agile, flexible. This guy's got it all.
7 feet tall. All right, so yeah, totally agree with you. Those reads are not paying off. Julia has a lot, and I think that's in some cases a problem because you don't know how you want to position your strategy, especially if you're picking on a deficit. You kind of have to know what you're doing straight away. You can't kind of play the field too much, and I think that he went for a few things where he was just testing the water, but ultimately there was no complete strategy that formed, you know, and that's, if anything, what was missing. So as we see, he's gone back to the Geese, the more comfortable character so far.
Definitely, and it's a good call. I mean, the Julia didn't pay off. It's a best of 5 set. You had the opportunity to switch.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just, you know, trying to throw a spanner in there and mix them up and be like, yo, what is this Julia pick about? I don't know.
Yeah.
But now it's back to the Geese.
I switch characters all the time. I mean, if I pick Kazuya in the black suit and get wrecked, I pick the purple one. And then I win the second game. You know, that's how it is.
I don't know if that's a
I
character
think that
switch,
counts.
Ryan.
That's a costume change. Call you out on that
Oh,
one.
nice escape on the body slam. Winners finals. Joey Fury looking good for the money here, trying to get that coveted spot in the grand finals here. Another body slam escape. Oh, 4-1+2 finds its mark.
Yeah, good throw break from Joe Crush so far. And you know, if I'm Joey Fury though, and I'm going to play a throw game with him, I'm definitely going back to 1+2, the combo starter. Hey,
Man, caught him dashing in.
yeah, that was a really good time, Jake. And here we go, 90% comeback with rage from Marduk.
Oh,
Can
man.
it be?
This is scary.
Oh
And this is
boy.
what I talked about, where the mount is scary now because you can't run
Yeah.
anywhere. You're at the back of the screen. There's nowhere to go. Oh, one more hit to do it.
Oh my!
Don't tell me. Woo,
If
for a
that
second
worked,
there.
and he would have been a low
Got him.
parry too. 10
Rage
seconds
drive could come.
though.
Rage drive. You know he's looking for it. It's coming. 5 seconds.
He wants him to jump. He's not going to jump.
Oh!
Yeah, he went for the ground. No, nothing else. He just threw it out there. He's like, come on, hit a
You
button,
might
hit
as
anything.
well. There's 1 second left. You might as well throw it out. You might as well.
I've seen him do that multiple times. When he knows he's gonna lose, like he just throws it out at the last second, just hoping that he catches something on accident.
Yeah, yeah.
But Joe Crush holding on to the clock. Oh. Man, when things go right for Marduk, they really go right for Marduk.
Definitely.
And the patience out of both these guys. Chokeslam this time. Wow, the jump back!
Wow, and max damage. Sick punish here. Side steps for the optimal finish, but he doesn't get it. Oh man.
Oh no, double
Left
rage.
Marduk alive with rage. This is suicide. Oh,
Blue stuff denied. Marduk jump. Okay.
low. I'm not sure what that was, but it wasn't the right move.
Yeah, I think it was up forward 3, and he was hoping for like a ground throw mix afterwards.
2 solid rounds here for Joe Crush.
Tackle's
Gets a
good.
tackle though. Fury. Oh, 1+2, he gets him.
Fury makes out of that situation. Definitely Pukins. Choke slam again!
You have to guess.
Here comes the 1+2 throw. Or the tackle! Oh boy!
Gonna be it. Oh, guess
Not-
not again. The reads.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, that was a perfect punish.
Round 4.
That's definitely one of those things he knows out of the situation, right? Like, if you block this and I just backdash and you do a get-up kick, free down forward 1.
Perfectly spaced as well. It's not that easy to do that. Oh, no
Late on the
punish.
punish!
Oh man, damage left on the table right there.
That's a big opportunity for Joey. Wow, but Joey doesn't get the
Could've
launch
got
either!
more.
Oh my gosh! Spaghetti!
Yeah, it's all falling apart. Both players now with some expensive drops here. Oh,
Counter!
sick.
There it is! Don't fall out of the combo.
Is that it?
It is!
Ah, he closes it out with that one dragon throw, takes the whole bar. That was crazy. And he ties it up 2 apiece. Man, what a close set of games. That first game, just hanging onto the clock. He was hanging onto that clock like Flavor Flav. Like, he just would not stop running the clock down. It was really sick. And then after that, it got a bit more aggressive. Didn't really see any timeouts. But the control was definitely always there. And Crush with some great clutch comebacks. And that's last read with the dragon throw to take the whole bar as well. That's scary. Where if I get hit by this one thing, he's going to take 60%. That's scary stuff.
No, definitely. And, you know, both these characters have that potential to steal the entire round away from you. But right now, especially, you know, in those situations, it's been Joe Crush who's been winning it. Very interesting. And obviously, the Julia pick didn't work out, but we're tied up 2-2 now. So now the question becomes, like, was that Julia pick really the factor? You know, because if Joey Fury wins the next game, it's like, well, if he had one more try with Goose, maybe he would have done it.
Maybe. I guess we'll never know now. But, I mean, here we go. It's going to be 2 apiece here. And literally, this is anyone's game. I mean, just based on what we've seen, I can't tell. I think Crush may have a slight advantage because we've seen him kind of dominate with no walls. But he's also adapting on the wall stage as well now. So, interesting. But yeah, let's see what Joey Fury can do. I mean, in terms of adaptation, he's no, you know, he's no slouch in that department either, right? So, yeah, definitely all to play for so far.
I think this is
Yeah,
the closest
he
set we've
sticks it
had
out.
throughout the entirety of the upper bracket, right? The whole thing was 3-0s up until this point. And it might be a little bittersweet, but at the same time, you know, Joe Crush coming in with Geese again, you know, forced to after getting that W. That switch off to Julia really didn't do him much justice. I feel like. I think he could have just stuck it out to Geese. And you kind of mentioned that earlier. What do you think was it that kind of changed up for him against Joey Fury? Because this was a pretty significant victory that he got in game 2. Or sorry,
Well, I
this
think
recent game.
Even though he didn't win with Julia, I think he was still able to get a better understanding of the way Fury approaches the match against him. And that's why when he went back to Geese, it was more successful, right? Because that can happen. You can lose a match, but you still got you got the info, you know, you got the data. So the Geese pick he's basically gone from having less weapons to more weapons. So he knows what to do with Geese now, you know? That's why we're seeing a much closer match. But here we go. Dragon's Nest, another wall stage, relatively small.
Oh, yeah. Final game of this set. Winner of this goes to Grand Finals for a top 2 finish. And this time with Joey Fury, who started off with a counter. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, there you go. Duck the high, full launch.
Going over to the wall.
Time to guess. Good
Yeah,
guess.
the guess is right. Still alive now. Counter hit down for what's he going to do with it?
80% comeback time. Is that what we're looking at? Did he drop it?
Straight into Radar.
You know, he got it. He got it. He's trying to get over to that wall. It might reach. No. What a down jab in her. Boost up
I
denied.
guess. Oh.
No punish.
Oh man.
10 seconds. The back thing was there. He had the
Didn't
meter
cancel.
too.
Yeah, the meter.
It didn't matter. 3 jabs.
Wow.
What?
3 jabs. Scraping the barrel there for damage, but he gets the deal done. That was crazy.
That was nuts.
Oh man. If any of those jabs whiffed, man.
Right? And this time, Cassim stepping with the down forward 1. Joey Fury gets him to the wall again. Guess correct? No. Okay, Oki time. Oh my goodness. This is going down to the final round, isn't
Beastly.
it?
It looks like it. Super aggressive from both sides here.
Tackle's
tackle.
good.
Oh, and another great read there from Crush. He's had like a 90% success rate on those guesses.
Yeah, very good. I mean, he's very young too. I think he's like 22. You think it's reactions?
Scary if it is.
Right?
Very scary if it is.
Scary because it's how good he is, or scary because of how old it makes you feel, you know?
How about a bit of both and we change the subject? How about that? How about that? Huh?
Hey, I'm with you, man. Counter.
Oh, great read. So sick. Spends the bar. Yep, look at the life gone here. Joey Fury in some trouble now. One hit's going to do it, and he gets denied the get up 3. Set point here for Joe Crush. After quite a little bit of a comeback here from him.
Definitely. All the jabs right now, locking Marduk in place. Dude, the jab keep out?
Oh, no. Okay.
1+2 throw. Uh-huh.
Break. This time he gets him. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Damage.
And the throw mix up this time.
Man.
We're going to
And he
final
goes mid.
round.
You
Joe
called it,
Crush,
Rip.
Joey Fury. It had to be this way. Oh no!
No.
Oh
I've
Can't
heard
be
say
like
that in
this.
forever.
There's no way.
no! At this
Can't be
point,
happening. Not
at the
here.
final
Please.
round.
Not like this.
Oh boy.
Not
like this.
Oh boy. Well, this is the ultimate stare down. I have to say that much.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because in this situation, I saw the meter there, and Joe Crush had a bar and a half. So if they're gonna just play in a 1-round situation, he's got to have a bar and a half
Right,
when they do
right.
it, which is kind of hard to calculate when you're trying to reset a round situation in Tekken.
True.
That's a bit
but
of
that
a
meter
bummer.
is super important, man. That's the round, right?
Right.
I mean, he's such a bigger threat once the round begins because back 3 is an issue straight away, or down 4 is an issue. Like all of these launches are massive with meter, right? So yeah,
Right.
that I mean, if he had a bar and a half, he has to have a bar and a half. That's the only way we can square this off. Final
Because
round
even
for the grand finals. Like it's got to be done right.
yeah, I was gonna say like even when you have a bar and a half with Geese and you go into a final round situation, you might not do well at the beginning of the round, but end up with 2 meter that you can spend still, right? So that's also a huge factor. So that meter very important here as they decide how to close out this final round situation in the winter final.
Back in the day, I've been in a tournament where it was a Tekken tournament, and there was an equipment failure, or there was a problem in the ruling, and they couldn't decide the winner. So they said, "Hey guys, instead of just playing Tekken, why don't you play pool?" And they made us decide the winner
No way.
over a game of pool. So the Tekken was like 1-1 or 2-2 or whatever, and they're like, to decide the winner, we're gonna have you guys play pool. And I'm like terrible at pool, you know, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to me? Luckily, the guy was even worse, and I managed to win. But like, it was such a random thing to say. Like, yeah, we don't know what to do here. We've got to take failure. Play snooker instead. Like, what? So yeah, it was super weird. But yeah, that happened. So
No,
there you go.
I mean, and now in this new online era, there's all sorts of situations that make matches unplayable that come up, right? And I know in the past we've had online tournaments where, for whatever reason, the players couldn't reconnect, and so we're like, well, let's just flip a coin. And so we just, what do you call it, heads or tails?
No
This
way.
is what it
Paper,
is.
scissors.
I think,
sorry.
yeah, I think the better chance would be like rock, paper, scissors, 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5, right? Rather than
Right
flipping
now,
a
guys,
coin.
let's go. Rock, paper, scissors. View 3. Let's go.
All 3.
Yeah? Okay.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, let's go. Okay.
Let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Boy, I'll have my thing out there forever. What are you guys even showing? Ryan's cheating. He's below the camera and he brings up something else. We all did scissors?
Did we all do scissors? No,
Yeah,
we
we
gotta
did.
run that back.
No, we tied. We all won.
That's it.
We're all
That's
winners today.
So we all get a PS5, right?
Yes, that's how it works, right?
That's
It's gotta
awesome.
be.
That's great. How do we
That's
split
excellent.
€1,000 or $1,000 3 ways? Is that how it's gonna
I
work?
just want the PS5.
Give me the PS5. All right, Rip can have it for the first month. I'll have it second month. I like it.
I guess I'll take the $1,000. All right.
Bummer for
Rip,
you.
Rip can download and install all the games. He can do all the boring stuff. I get it once
Man, that's
everything's
good.
in
We're
place.
great. Horizon Forbidden West, here I come, you know?
Yeah, we are looking to resync with the players right now. We are currently remaking the lobby, and we're getting through to make it as even as possible. And I guess emulate the circumstances that have happened right
Right.
before the desync. So we're going to be trying to get
Got
there
meter.
as much as we can because we know how important it is for any sort of the characters that have a meter that need it into the final rounds of the game, right? Again, you mentioned Geese having to go into max mode to get into these sequences with high damage. That could be a factor. So
Yeah, for
we're going to
sure.
see
Big
as much as we
factor.
can to get it to the results before we actually got into this desync. So we are letting you guys know that we are getting there as soon as we can. But for the most part, we're just hanging out for now.
I mean,
yes. It is what it is.
Now you get a lot of time to
happens.
think as well. You know, if it's really going to be from a final round, you get a lot of time to think about what you want to do. Because they've played, they know each other, they know what it's about, they know what's on the line, there's pressure both sides. But what do you want to do? You know, this time is crucial. You can see, like, I don't know if they'll run the game back or just that round, but yeah, this little period of this is the cool down phase. You don't have the momentum that you had before. That's gone now. You have to let that go. Sometimes players get caught up in but I was on fire. I was pumped up. I had momentum. It's not fair. No, you have to forget that. You have to stay in the game, think about your opponent, and think about what they're going to bring to you, because you best believe they're thinking too. They're thinking, how can I use this to my advantage? So if you get too caught up in the what ifs, then you're already on the back foot.
That's
you
true.
have to stay focused, and you always have to think about how you can use every single situation to your advantage. If there's a tech pause, if there's a malfunction, if there's a power cut. I've been to Brazil where there was a power cut mid-tournament. What do you do about that? You know, you can't say that it's just on you. Everyone is feeling that, right? So you have to discover how to make every scenario work in your best interests.
Very
That
true,
is
yeah.
That is key.
I think Joey Crush pretty much utilized that as we got the ruling, because apparently Joey Fury DC'd. So according to the rules, Joe Crush is going to be the one moving on. So he's taking full advantage of that. you know, it could be an ISP issue. Who knows for this matter? But as it stands right now, not going into the full details because we don't know exactly how it transpired. But for the most part, Joey Fury is the one that's going to be taking the L. He's going to be moving into the lower bracket. Joe Crush is the one moving into grand finals with a big comeback, actually.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, Crush definitely was working his way up the bracket there with that, you know, I mean, deficit. The Julia didn't work out, and he still managed to stay in there and let Geese do the work, you know? So here we see great clutch comeback, and yeah, he just stayed solid, you know? He stayed solid. He didn't get bent and twisted mentally when Julia didn't work out. He just went back to Geese, played a comfortable game that he knew based on what he had learned from the Julia pick prior, and it really worked out for him. So yeah, shout outs to Crush for that.
Yeah, I'm sure Joe Crush doesn't want to win that in that way, but at the same time, this was one of the closest sets I've ever seen between both of these players. And Joe Crush played very well throughout. You know, the timeout situations all went his way. There was never a situation where Joey Fury was winning the timeout situations. So, you know, it was looking kind of like Joe Crush was going to get the set anyway. Joey Fury, though, you can't ever count him out. Those clutch situations down the wire, you never know what's going to happen. But it is what it is. Joe Crush moving on to the grand finals on the winner's side of things. And that means it will be Joey Fury going up against Ace Unlimited in the lower final.
I mean, Joey Fury, he's not out. You know, he's still in the tournament. He's going to be, yeah, like you said, Ace Unlimited is the guy he needs to be if he wants that run back, right? And you best believe he wants it right after that. So, yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen here. But look at the path, man. I mean, Ace Unlimited has literally had 3 2s all the way through. Every single set he's won has been 3-2 all the way through, right? And, yeah, Joey Fury has had it pretty easy. Until he got to Crush, it was 3 straights. He wasn't even dropping games, you know? He was such a dominant performance,
I mean,
right?
to be fair, it was Tekken Tag 3 at that point. It was Joe Crush plus the ISP against Joe.
Damn, 2v1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
so yeah, I mean, very different. They've had a very different tournament run, Unlimited and Fury. You know, so very interesting to see what's going to go down here in the losers finals coming up next.
I mean, we'll see how it transpires, right? Joey Fury still needs to go up against Ace Unlimited. He has another way to climb up into the grand finals with just one more obstacle ahead of him. Ace Unlimited has been a name that you guys have been talking about even before we even went live. I was actually curious. I'm like, that's not the same person that I know that plays Tekken. It is indeed a different person altogether. Ace Unlimited, tell me more about him.
Ace Unlimited from North Carolina, 33 years old, veteran out of, I think he started playing in Tekken 2 casually, but started competing in Tekken 5. And I think there was a tournament he won way back in 2012, and then I think a year or two ago was placing top 3 still. So, you know, across the decade, this guy's been a top competitor, able to place in the top 3 major tournaments with a lot of players in it. Recently, of course, you know, we've seen both characters in Tag 2. I think Tag 2 is probably where I think he broke out and made a big name for himself, at least in terms of what I've seen out of him. But that was primarily with, you know, Jun and Asuka and Jin. But lately in Tekken 7, it's been all the Jin Kazama here. You see the record, 16-4, 80% win rate across those 20 matches. He's had a lot of games as Ryan pointed out in the bracket, but closing out those sets, staying composed, and getting the victories in all of these first to 3s.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really important aspect of, you know, being a top player, right? Being able to clutch out, ride the wave, and get those 2-2 Ws. I mean, winning at 2-2 is the best feeling because it was it was do or die at that point. It wasn't 2-0 and a cruise to victory. It was like if he blocks this health sweep, I'm done. It was things on the line, things for them set. And if you come across the victor in those scenarios, it strengthens you, mentally. It strengthens you as a player. Oftentimes, if you win 3-0, you don't grow as much because you're not challenged. You're not pushed to the edge. You're not pushed to that point of deciding, for the set where you really have to think deeply about your decision. So if I could choose how to win, I think I prefer those close games where you're really challenged all the way through, and then it's a 3-2, then you come out on top. I think those are really good.
That's really interesting. When I think back to myself, like when I was starting to compete, I never did well on the winner side of the bracket. I would always lose, and then I would have these crazy loser bracket runs. And I wonder if that made me become a better player faster, because I built up that experience in the loser bracket runs.
Well, definitely. I mean, not only the element of if the set was close, 2-1 or 3-2, but also the fact that it's losers. I feel like losers people play different in losers, right? You're not going to get Laws doing double flip kicks in losers because
No.
I mean, generally, you're not going to see too many big windy haymakers and stuff, right? Because it's curtains if it doesn't work. So there's less room for error, less room for risk, and it makes you play a smarter game, a tighter game, a better pressure game, and that makes you a better player because you know how to deliver pressure in the right way.
No, yeah, for sure. And I mean, personally, like I said, when I got to the loser bracket, so I was so used to being sent to the loser bracket that once I got there, I was comfortable. I'd be like, all right, here we go. It's game time, So I was very comfortable in the loser bracket.
All right, guys. I feel like Joey Fury is like the crowd favorite now after that last set. I think people want to see a run back. So let's see if Ace Unlimited is going to be the monkey wrench. I'll use the US term this time. The wrench in the works here.
I mean, you see Ace Unlimited's rank up there, that Tekken God Omega.
Wow,
let me tell you, I've never been one. That's too hard to get in America, dude.
This guy's
got
playing
enough.
games.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey,
low.
Doesn't get the wall splat.
Man, scooped up. Body slam.
KO.
Oh my
tried to turn
gosh.
around with the low. Got
Oh, and
denied
it wasn't
big
even
time.
done.
Ouch. And Ace Unlimited trying to get involved here, trying to stop the flow, but everything's getting denied so far. All right, finding some damage finally. Here we go. Demon Paw.
A little Waifu action. Dude.
Sharp.
Step
Really
into the
sharp
down forward
punch.
one. And man, look at him walking around, making the tech roll a little bit more risky. 1+2 throw. Should be the round. Unless his ISP kicks in. Okay.
Yep. Slaps him down into the low.
That's not right.
Sorry. Couldn't help it. That's the delayed hop kick though.
Damn. There's some big old toenails.
He's taking it out on him.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
Whoa, how did that completely miss?
And Joey really dominated
Oh
this
my
round.
gosh.
What on
Let's go.
earth? And there's the whack-a-mole to finish him off. 3 straight rounds. I can't believe it. Neutral, delayed hop kick. He was super ready that game. Like I don't understand what just happened. Like he must know him inside out. That was super dominant.
There are times when Joey Fury gets in this mode where he starts hitting these delayed hop kicks on people. And right now, I don't know if it's just when he plays angry or what, but it is working, and he needs to just keep on that level. I mean, I don't see how you're gonna stop him at this point if this keeps up.
Wild. I mean, just look at this. Like, look, every time Ace Unlimited tried to interrupt with someone, just got stopped. Look, tried to press something there. Got the throw, 1+2, no break. Then he, manages to slap him down, bang, into the low, guaranteed, take that.
Yep. And look at that, baited out the parry.
I don't care about your parry. Take these toes in your mouth. Look at this. Look at this.
The way you
Every time it's tried to do something, whack-a-mole
was so
slapped up on the
gross.
floor. What?
Ryan,
Oh my
you
gosh.
can't say it like that. Take these toes to your mouth.
Take these toes in your mouth.
You can't
Oh
say-
my gosh, that was just brutal. Absolute brutality. That was crazy. So yeah, okay, I see what's happening here. I see Joey Fury is serious. He's serious about this run back. He's like, Crush, you're not getting away with this. I'm gonna see you in grand finals. I'll see you
I'm
later.
coming back. Man.
I'm gonna see you later. Yeah, nah, that was impressive. Ace Unlimited is gonna be doing some thinking now. His best of 5. That was just game 1. This is definitely not over yet. This is a long set.
Yeah,
Let's
some
see what he can
thinking
do
and
for
some
game
brushing of his teeth. get those toes out of your mouth right now. That's what he's got to be thinking about, because Joey's going to hit him with another one. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
I mean, he did 2 delay hop kicks in one game. He's definitely going to be doing that again.
Oh, yeah. And
It's such a good
couple
move.
times.
It jumps over
great.
lows, it launches, and it's not even minus that much. You can't really hurt him for blocking that, right? So it's
Right.
worth going for.
I mean, in the sense of Marduk as well, right? Like, his low crush option is like up forward 3, I think it is.
Yeah.
And that's a counter hit launcher, so it doesn't do anything on regular hit. So if you want to launch them on regular hit, you need to do the delayed hop.
Oh, nice. While standing 2, though. Ace Unlimited here. Wants to get things going early now. Down for the wall.
Hey.
Interruption.
I'm feeling it. I'm scared it's going to happen again.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Joey Fury. Probably fishing for it as we speak.
Yeah, I mean, if you see a low coming, you sense a low might be coming to Hell Sweep, maybe.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were talking about the tag team assist, Grip.
No, what?
Because he said, I could feel it coming. It was a little tense, but I guess that too, sure.
oh, that
There
helps
it
me.
is.
Trips him.
Hey, 10 seconds.
Uh-oh, 10 seconds.
Double rage. Get out of here.
Round 2.
Oh, man. All right,
So
first round, Joey.
Creating that sense of urgency too. Oh boy.
This is looking rough.
Yeah, it's looking super rough. Like, it looks like Ace Unlimited ankles are free right now. Joey, he's going low whenever he wants. Big low, quick low, doesn't matter. What a jab into him too.
Oh,
Good break though.
important break there.
Oh,
it's
down
looking-
4, down 4.
Looking really tough for Ace to find damage here. Joey just all over him with mids and lows everywhere.
All these lows are at
Lower.
him. Finally.
Gets a launch. You've got to do those. Okay, you got to stay on him now. Good
Oh, I got a
tackle.
tackle too.
Follows up. Down 4.
What a conversion.
What?
And slam.
Nice parry. Doesn't get much off it though.
The jump backs, the Ace
Ace
Unlimited
Unlimited
specials,
does
man.
not want to eat a 2-0 deficit. He wants this round to stay alive.
Uh-oh.
But there's no break rip. Oh my gosh, that might be it.
No, it's not going to come to play. It's not going to kill here. Oh my gosh, it
Definitely
killed.
gonna kill.
I thought it was going to leave him with the smallest pixel. I was like, he'll live, right? He's going to survive that.
No
Oh, man.
round brown for Joey Fury, man. Looking really strong here. One step closer to that run back. Man, Ace Unlimited. I just feel like he's getting a little bit antsy in certain situations, and I feel like he's trying to interrupt too much as well. Like when Joey gets something, the next hit will be a counter hit afterwards, and it's. I mean, I think you can go for that. I think there are places for that, but it hasn't really worked out. Joey's always making sure he takes advantage of the frame advantage when he has it, so it's very risky to go for those interruptions, I feel.
I think that in this matchup specifically, from what I'm seeing between the two players, you know, Joey Fury is getting a lot of damage off of lows and throws, right? And a character that deals with that relatively safely and very well is Asuka, which I think Ace Unlimited has an Asuka. So
Yeah.
a character switcher may be a pretty good idea. I haven't seen him bring out the Asuka in a minute though. But in the idea of like, okay, this player's going low on me a lot, you know, you just throw out the can kicks. Like, what's the worst that's
Yeah.
going to happen out of you, right?
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, you got the wall stand 3, the back 3s, etc. There's a lot of good low crush options from
that's
Asuka,
true.
right?
very
Beats
true,
throws
yeah.
as well. So I think like it's a good matchup if he wants to go that route.
Yeah,
Player
no,
matchup.
definitely. I mean, he's gone for Jin, but no, I agree with you. I mean, Asuka would be definitely a good option here. It may be a question of Asuka not being in shape. Maybe he hasn't played her
Probably.
recently as much as he's played Jin. It may be a confidence thing. I have no idea. I think it's also quite tough to pick a 0-2 situation as well. But
Yeah.
let's see. It's looking really rough out in the streets here. Violet Systems is going to be the 3rd stage map. But yeah. Wow.
Fight.
I really feel like he needs to not get counter hit, like in those situations where he's on minus frames and tries to interrupt. I think that will help. Alright, so 1-2 left splits. Yeah, see like there?
Oh boy, look at the lows.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're Jin, you want to deal with lows, your options are like hop kick or can. And Jin's can is launch punishable, and his hop kick is punishable as well, right? So you gotta block. You gotta block.
Yeah. All right, this is looking rough. Jerry Fury now trying to dominate all the way through. 2 rounds up and a round, 2 games up and a whole round. Oh,
There's the block, but no launch.
no launch, man. Wow, using the lows, looking for a third.
And it's gonna be a down forward 1 mixed in. There it is.
Ready for the whiff punish.
That might kill.
Nice.
Didn't kill.
Scaling. He's got a chance.
Look at the
here.
damage.
It's not gonna
Look
kill,
at the
but
damage.
he's got one more hit's gonna do it. Wait a second.
Blue rage drive in a
gonna do
mix?
Rage drive mix up.
It might be risky against the parry. 50-50 times.
Oh,
The low. Of
what's
course,
the
all
mix?
the lows.
Oh man. All right, so final round potentially. Jerry Fury can get it done here. Man,
Oh my
4
gosh.
lows so far in this
And
round.
no punish when he blocked the down 4. Here's an LLRK though.
Gets the hell sweep, yes. Savage sword. No break again, and that's gonna hurt. Oh man.
Joey's coming for that run back. He's like, Joe Crush, I'm coming.
Okay, gets a counter hit. Uh-oh, rage drive.
Double
He's trying to
rage
jump back
again.
out of it.
The stand still is.
Oh, he caught him
my
finally
God.
with the blue stuff. What sick timing that was. Ace Unlimited
blue.
with a lifeline here.
And Joey Fury was just standing there like to bait him out to the rage drive, but instead Ace came in with the rage
He
drive.
was ready.
That was tight.
Oh,
Tackle's
okay.
good. Reversed.
Wow, haven't seen that in a while. This time he gets the break. Oh, super
He needed
important.
it.
Left splits. Oh man. It's Unlimited really needs this round to stay alive. He's only got half a bar left though. Less in fact.
That's all you need sometimes.
Jerry Fury. Okay, Jerry Fury backing up for space.
Yeah, and Ace is hitting the
Finally.
brakes right now. The throw break?
Break. 10 seconds
Time.
left, guys.
What a wild standing 2!
Launches
Are you
him from-
kidding me? Rage mode
Launches him
Martic
from
though,
miles
3
away.
seconds.
Oh my god, guess for the round. Oh!
Rage drive! It timed out before it hit!
I can't
Final round
believe it.
situation!
Final round, Ace Unlimited still alive here. Oh, he gets a left splits into a combo this time.
Oh, that was crazy. All he had to do was hit the rage art a little bit earlier, anticipating the wall splat. And look at his
Didn't get
now.
to use it this round.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, don't tell me. Not like
Wait.
this, Ace.
Martic with the biggest.
There's no way.
No way, right?
There's no way, guys.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
50-50 time? Nothing. Just backs out. No rage from Martic now. One loss
Jerry
will
could
do it.
still
The
snag
tackle.
this tackle.
Yo, the 90% comeback. 50-50 for the win. Nothing. The boost off. Ace Unlimited comes back 3 rounds straight to get on the board here. 2-1. It's not over yet.
Oh my gosh, that was so close. It looked. I didn't want to jinx anything, you know. I was trying not to say too much, you know. Commentator's curse is a real thing. But yeah, that looked, because you know it's that scenario where like the guy's got nothing to lose. You've got him down to no health, and you've got everything. You've got all
Yep.
your whole bar, and then he gets one small launch. You know, you're like, oh, don't tell me from here, you know. And it was looking like that, but Ace Unlimited stayed strong, stayed solid, and managed to get the game, man. That was really big. So he's still alive here. We're at 2-1. This is not over
This
yet, guys.
rage art was so important,
That
right?
was clutch, man. And it almost killed.
Look how I was down the wire, but then the 50-50. I mean, I guess it wasn't that clutch because he still lost a round out of it. But this was clutch. Joey waited, baited out the blue stuff, and got blue stuffed himself. And look at that wild attitude from downtown.
What a
Time
read.
winding
That
down
was
here. And then
insane.
Joey still almost won here. If he just hit the rage art right now. Oh, he did
That's
try.
crazy.
He tried.
But that's crazy because if you think about it, if the rage art came out, that means the round was active because you could do the command. So it's weird because if the time was over, why could you
I know what
still
you
do the
mean.
move?
Yeah, because you
Right?
can't do a
If
rage
the
art
rage
once
art could
time
come
is
out, that means the run was active, right? So it's kind of weird that it was a timed over rage art.
Is
Kinda
that what
weird.
happens? The timeout?
Because when the round's over, you can't do rage art. So if the round was over, how could he
Right.
do? Do you know what I'm saying? How did the move come out? So that's a crazy one.
It must be the start of frames on it, right? Like the amount of frames, but the armors, etc. So there's
Oh
probably
my
a
God,
certain
that's
number
so
of frames
tight.
in there that he missed.
That must be so, man. You lost the set because the startup window on the rage art. Like what?
right. It's got to
Oh,
be
man.
something like that. That's wild.
Yeah. Guys in the chat, tell us what you think. That was
Do
just
the math,
wild,
chat.
man. That was wild.
Round 1.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it started, right? But there must be like before the timer counts, it must
Yeah,
be
it has
like
to be
counting
that.
as when the armor ends on it or something like that.
Yeah. No, it has to be. Oh, tackle escape. All right, guys. So we're at losers finals. 2-1. Joey Fury leads, but man, Ace Unlimited with a crazy comeback in that last game, staying alive. Let's see if we can get a second game.
Oh boy.
This tune is too sick on any game.
100%.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what the mix is. This tune is sick.
Yeah, this is a good mix too.
Ducks the throw. Doesn't get anything off it though. He's faking and feigning here. Oh, there's a tackle. Oh, guess it's wrong this time. Gives Joey the lead.
hey.
Trip. Oh,
Damn, that was tight.
that was the perfect punish. He
Absolutely.
delayed the wake
perfect.
up. He delayed the wake up frames, made that mount tackle miss, and got up with the most optimal punish. What a sick read there from Unlimited.
And now with the hop kick, that's something he hasn't been bringing out as much, but something necessary with how Joey's been playing against them. That's Martik's little hop kick, not much damage.
And he's looking good this round. Ace
Super
Unlimited
good.
is definitely turning up here. This is good stuff.
I mean, let's not forget all of his sets that he's won leading up through this top 8 have been 3-2. Wow.
You're right. He's a slow starter, long burner, right? This is
Could be.
looking crazy now.
Uh-oh. Ace Unlimited turning things around here.
Yeah.
Breaks the tackle. Oof.
Man. Definitely turning things around. The merry-go-round operator turning things all the way around right now. This is nuts. Escapes the choke slam. Get off me. Watch the leathers, bro. Watch the leathers.
Look at the blocks
Turning
now at
for
the
punish.
lows.
Ooh. He's starting to adapt. Joey Fury looking a bit stuck here for options. Trying to back up to keep the life lead.
Win back that
Oh,
shot.
no,
Rage
don't
art,
tell me.
no go. No.
Oh!
What?
He got him! He got him. That might be it, Rip. Oh my god, I can't believe
gosh.
it. No round brown. The rage art. It caught him. I don't know what he pressed.
I
don't
thought
know
he just
what he
sidestepped and ducked. I thought that's all Joey did, but he hit something.
He sidestepped and died, bro. Oh my gosh, that
Yeah,
was
he didn't sidestep
mad.
duck. He sidestep died.
Sidestep
I
died.
didn't even know you could macro that button.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
And that's it. And that's what we talked about here. I mean, 2-2 now. It's all tied up. And this is big.
That's
this is for
ridiculous.
like grand finals, you know?
I think
Wow.
this is all going back to that last game where Joey tried to give him the stare down and it went for the rage drive. That's really where the turning point started.
You just can't give an inch at this level. You just can't
Exactly. Man, Ace Unlimited.
Whew.
Gonna have another 3-2 set is what's either way, right? Look at this.
give an inch.
What
Wow,
was it?
you're right. Literally every set's been 3-2 with this guy. He's just consistent at that. Man, Ace
Man.
Unlimited with the comeback. I didn't see that coming. It really looked like, you know, that first game with like the nonchalant delayed hop kicks and
Yep.
just everything was working, you know? But now we've turned all the way around full circle. Not only like 3-0s, but these crazy clutch rage arts, which is something that puts a psychological blow on the opponent, you know? It's like, damn, I can't afford to press buttons at the end of the round against this guy,
Yep.
you know? Or I can only
Definitely.
do these and this and this and this thing. So
Yeah, and
Crazy.
Jin's rage art is one of the faster ones in the game because it's a high, right? So I think it's like a 13 frame startup or something. So super fast
Yeah, exactly,
rage art.
13,
So if you're hitting a button, you're in trouble.
wow. Oh my gosh. This is scary stuff. Wow. Ace
Definitely.
Unlimited. No, I'm really impressed with his like just ability to stay in the game. You know, it was looking like such a blowout at the beginning. So yeah.
Yep.
Battle of the Hoodies, Game 5. Here we go. It's gonna be
Tournament
tight,
veteran.
man. This is gonna
I
be
feel like
tight.
it defeats the purpose to wear that hoodie in a menacing manner in that color for Marduk.
What?
it defeats the purpose. I don't know. The color's too bright. It's like, oh, big angry man, but it's like, I like to.
Oh, I'm having a good time.
I think the
It's not
best.
menacing. It's more like, I'm here to party. You know?
I think the best Tekken hoodie of all time is that Jin Tekken 4 box cover.
course.
That looks
Oh,
sick.
yeah, for sure.
All right, here we go. Arena stage it is.
Final game.
Oh
One
my
plus two
gosh, the
throw.
classic setup. 1+2, no break.
Hey,
Okay, Joey Fury now. He knows he has to be the aggressor here. Doesn't want to give Unlimited a
Got
chance
him
to
to duck.
start another no-round Brown. He's in a juggle. Finds himself by the wall.
he could maybe convert off that LL Arcade. Doesn't get the combo.
Why did that
Out of
look-
range for this too.
Why?
Okay, Joey Fury. Marduk. No, sir.
What a block. What a block. He waved up into his face and just blocked. That was so smart.
Ace Unlimited has the lead in this set right now. That's unbelievable.
That sentence alone is crazy, right? Ooh.
Delayed tech, got the launch off the whiff. Yo, Ace Unlimited, what a turnaround.
This is crazy.
And Joey's
Really is.
hesitating. He had that backdash and you got him out of range. He didn't do the down forward one for the whiff punish.
Yep. The thing is, when you get a dominating lead in the beginning of the set,
Oh my
you don't really know what your opponent has to offer because you haven't really seen everything yet. It's only once they get started that you actually find out. And sometimes you find out that they're really good, you know, like, and this is actually too much for me. So if you get the chance to like have the advantage, you better get everything you can out of that. Like try and get 3-0 if you can, you know.
Yeah, just a second ago, 3 VTS1s there from Joey Fury. All of them hit, right? So that means that Ace Unlimited's ducking a lot now from those lows that
All
Joey
right.
caught him with early.
Joey Fury is taking over here. He's got a round and he's got a healthy lead right now. And he's going
Tackle
for
for
that
the
second
win.
tackle. Oh, patient there. Great patience.
Not over, but that should do it. Okay.
Oh, up forward 4 into the stomp, and it is set point to eliminate Ace Unlimited right now.
Joey's
Joey
got to pray to the
Fury.
ISP gods.
Looks like he's trying to make short work of Ace Unlimited.
Reversal's good. Look at the
Great there.
defense.
Great read. I like that. Nice block and punish. Ooh.
Good block, no
Oh, I got him,
launch.
but nothing else.
Okay, he got the
man.
launcher though. This is gonna be real close to the wall here. Oh my gosh.
Damn
Rage
it.
mode Marduk. 50-50 time. He's doing the hit, but the low parry.
Oh, Rage
He might be
up.
dead. I think he's
that's it.
dead.
Yeah,
He's hella
yeah,
dead.
That's definitely dead.
If he
That's
had hit the wall
overkill,
and
bro.
minus
That's
scaled,
overkill.
didn't hit the wall though, should be enough. Joey Fury with the win. No, it's not.
What?
There's a
I can't
pixel.
believe it.
He key
I
charged.
can't believe
he
it. Did he key charge?
Just
Get
put
him,
him in
get him.
recharge. Oh my gosh.
What?
No.
Oh, Ace Unlimited, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh,
You
he
went
thought
from
it was
Ace
over and he
Unlimited to
he
Ace
key charged.
Eliminated. Not like this.
he
Oh,
thought the
no.
game was done and he key charged, bro. He thought it was over already. He thought it was over and he just key charged. Like he was like holding all 4 buttons. Like, man,
I'm
that
so
was
confused
crazy.
right now. That was
That
insane.
Was crazy.
There were so many things in that set that went crazy, right? But in that situation, that Joey thought he won. He key charged because he thought he won, I think. And then he's standing there. Ace was like, I'm alive, but I'm going to stand far across the screen from him. If he ran over and just hit Rage Art, he might have won.
That could have been instant karma right there. You know that. That really could have
Yeah.
been like, wow. I can't believe it. Crazy. All right, so Joey Fury is your victor here, 3-2 over Ace Unlimited. He gets it,
Wow.
key charge or not, and he's going to be getting the run back versus Joe Crush.
I see the chat talking about how he wanted to key charge to get chip damage on block. That's crazy, you know? Like, that's pretty crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Like, he might have done it intentionally. But that's pretty crazy. You know, he had a round to play with, I guess. But man, looking back at it though, Ace Unlimited never given up. Look at this wall carry here. Everything was looking good. But then the low parry, you know, they had a little standoff there, right? Before that low parry happened. And then the rage, I thought for sure was going to kill. Usually when the life bars are about the bubble there, but I guess it was slightly above. And then Ace just barely surviving. The Joey, he key charges here. And then the rage drive from way too far away. Way too far away.
All right, so that lines up our grand finals. Joe Crush and the winner's side versus Joe Fury after that clutch victory over Ace Unlimited. Those are your grand finalists. But big shout outs to Ace Unlimited. Stayed in the game after a horrible start and managed to make it a really interesting and close set, man. Could have gone either way. So yeah, big shout outs to him for third place. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats Ace Unlimited for Joey Fury. Joe Crush will be our grand finals. Joey Fury comes from the loser side of things, of course. So Joe Crush only got to win one set. Joey Fury's got to win two.
And the way things played out in the upper finals, too, with Joe Crush and Joey Fury, I'd imagine Joey Fury's still going to stick it out with Marduk. There was some hints in the chat, or at least some players in the chat that were saying, switch over to Fang. Let's see that happen. But I think with the momentum on Joey Fury's side, I think there's a pretty high chance he's going to stick it out with Marduk, right?
I have no idea.
I feel so. If Marduk gets the grand, I mean, it depends on who your opponent's going to pick, right? But if you get the W with a certain character, it's sometimes advisable to stick with that character, right?
I mean, the thing is, that set was very close the first time they played. So I don't know if Joey feels like he wants to even run it. Like, I think at Joey's level, he's like, all right, Marduk was pretty close. I might 3-0 him with Fang, though. You know, like,
yeah, if you've got something
idea.
specific you're trying to run, then definitely do that. Like, if you know, like, I've got this and that with Fang where I can make this match really hard for him, do it. Like, do it. Grand finals, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't waste time. Just go
for sure. And you got to win 2 sets here, right?
Yeah.
It's a best of 5 sets, so you have the opportunity to switch characters. And a lot of times, I've seen Joey switch to Fang when the first set doesn't work out. This one is obviously a little bit weirder, right? It was a final round situation, which still means it was a very, very close set that he could have lost, right? Like, legit anyway. And he was, for the most part, losing a lot of those close timeout situations. So I think it's a situation where we might actually see the Fang come out.
I hope we can get just like a quick shout out for Tekken 7 because it's such a balanced game. How awesome is that, right? You can pick literally any character and do anything you want. I mean, it's such a cool game from that aspect.
I think
Shout out to Tekken
people
7.
don't give it enough credit for that because, that statement you just made, I think there's like, you just tilted a bunch of the world to like what are you talking about? What about Fakaram? What about Leroy, Lydia, Ryan?
Yeah, definitely. There are definitely matches that are more uphill than others, but there's no way that Tekken 7 is way imbalanced compared to a lot of other fighting games out there.
I completely agree with you. I totally agree with you.
The balance arc is really cool compared to a lot of other fighting games. It's not perfect. There are some matches that are super uphill. You've got characters that just don't win tournaments and don't even see them in top 8s and stuff. I get it. Don't worry. But in terms of how balanced it is compared with other fighting games, it's up there as one of the most balanced fighting games, period.
Which is so hard for people to accept. But at the same time, like what you're just saying, we just saw Ayo Richie win in the UK. We just talked about that earlier. He actually took out Joey Fury over there. And that set, like the character he's using is Leo. And Leo is not a character you see winning tournaments, but it's really up to the player to make the mark with the character, especially if that character is underutilized. And Ayo Richie did fantastic and made a great example of that.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was really, really cool. I mean, I think for the UK scene in general, just because obviously we don't see a lot of tournaments won in the UK because obviously it's sometimes difficult for a lot of the UK guys to get out to a lot of international stuff. But yeah, it was really, really cool. Absolutely phenomenal. Leo, really, really. So I enjoyed the whole set. Either way, like whoever would have won, it was just super tight.
I think it was like 4 a.m. over here or something when that thing started, and I was just like watching it, maybe 5 a.m., whatever. And then I saw when Joey lost the first set to Ayo Richie, and I was like, I have to turn my stream on and restream this immediately because this set's about to get crazy. I knew it was too wild. The way he won, I was like, this is about to get crazy.
I was gonna say, like, Ryan was so dumbfounded by that statement. He's like, yeah, I had to think about that. He's like, yeah, how crazy was it? I can see it in your eyes, Ryan.
It was crazy.
It was insane. I mean, so far we've seen some nutty things, like the what's it called? The key charge after the round. Like win the round, but you don't actually win the round, but the key charge is still there. Like, okay. That was pretty
People
insane.
in chat said maybe it was for the chip damage, right? And Marduk does have that jumping attack with the shoulder block, so you could use that, and that is the move he did from the key charge as a keep out move. But it's also kind of risky, because what if you throw it out and he does a rage art, because Jin's is a fast rage art, it just hits you before you hit him, right? He doesn't take the damage and you're dead. So it's still a pretty scary thing to do in that situation. And also, going back to that rage art we saw earlier with the timeout situation, Chad had it right. Shout out to the chat for pointing this out. I mean, what that actually was he did the rage art with time still on the clock. Yeah. But since the rage art didn't hit, it never stopped the clock. The rage art has to connect for it to actually freeze the clock. So the animation starts up, but it doesn't hit yet, so there's no time freeze.
When it goes like when you hear the sound like the ching, then the clock stops, right? At that
No,
point.
it's on the hit.
For real? I need to check. I swear when it
Boot it up.
freezes.
We got time.
Yeah, I need to check that. Like when it freezes, then it stops, and then you see the animation going in for the hit. I need to check that, man. That's really interesting.
It
I mean,
is interesting. I think the chat's right, though.
The rage art has startup like anyway. So like those
Right.
first few frames of before the freeze of the camera, right? Before that has startup already. Then there's a second amount of startup, which is the time it takes the attack to reach the opponent's body. But I
Right.
think that part is included in the time freeze. But I need to check it. I don't want to say anything.
The
on
way
stream.
the way I think about it, Ryan, is like when you see a slow mo with the rage art,
Right.
and you see like the rage art start up, so that's when the noise sound effect, and then the slow mo animation starts. While that animation is going, the time's still running, right, for the slow mo.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's what's happening. Like the time is still going until the hit actually hits.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Interesting.
ever really seen a rage art activate and the time kind of stops.
Yeah, me neither. Like if it can activate, it stops because the round is still active, right? But yeah, very, very interesting. I think we could talk about that one all day probably. Okay, so here we go. Grand finals loading up. Geese to the Howard for the crush pick, of course, versus that Marduk. Sticking with the Marduk. No Feng, at least not yet, for the first match in grand finals. Joey Fury versus Joe Crush. Crush on the winner's side, folks. Crush on the winner's side. Joey Fury rocking out from loser's bracket, and it's all to play for in this best of 5. Who is going to be the Dojo Fighting Fest champion here today for FGC Arcade?
It's one of these birds. The goose or the duck? He's Howard or Craig Marduk. I don't like it, Ryan. I don't like it. Marduk,
Hey,
I
you're
can't.
Hey, read the silence. Read the silence. All right, Marduk starting out with the tackle. Ooh, the 1+2. We ain't even conditioning today. We're just going straight in. Okay, 1 quarter circle back 1.
Man, I gotta say, this geese outfit kind of blends in with the background. I don't know, am I tripping?
Cheater strategies. Honestly, the geese Howard looks kind of like a duck to me.
It's
you know?
it's a safari geese, dude.
It's a good strat though.
Try to reposition with that wall throw. Another attempt there.
Power
the power
crush.
crush. Puts him on his
That's
back.
rare.
Okay.
Yo, he was going for it too.
Gets the taste slapped out his mouth.
Not
And that's
dead
going to
though.
be the round, possibly.
10 seconds. Geese Howard. Pressure. 50-50 time. Not like this. 5-4.
Wow. Chops him up.
Round 2.
All right, first round for Joey Fury. He needs all the momentum he can get here from the loser's side, that's for sure.
Wow. I can't believe you didn't make it over the Rabukin there. Good punish. No
Looking
delayed
for that
hop
delayed
this
hop
time.
kick. No dice this time. Yep, round up.
Mids all
He
day.
was ordered.
And he obeyed.
Round 3.
Okay.
Fight.
1 round each here. Man, these guys have been playing so close. There's been like no blowouts in any of the games so far. There's never been like a 3-0, you got bodied.
The meta's
Rethinking
really close
strategy.
with these two. They're reading each other super well. Even when they get hit, they knew that was an option. It wasn't a surprise, you know? It was like, oh, is that or that? Okay, you got me with that one. So the mind games here are really tight right now.
Finishes it? Wow. Yeah, Joey's got... I mean, every time Joey got his back to the wall, Joe was so patient to get away, but again...
They're both
Gets
leaving
the line.
windows open for the opponent to hang themselves, but the other one doesn't. So it ends up being this weird stare down when no one does anything. It's quite funny.
Rage mode for Joe
Looking
Crush,
for the
spending some
Jake and trying
bar.
to find the wall splat. Oh,
Counter trade,
no.
stays alive, time winding down again. Get out of the
Literally
air.
1 frame too slow on that trade. Could have got a full launch there. All right, 2-1 up. Joey Fury.
Keep out jab from Joey this time. We were seeing a little bit of that from Joe Crush earlier. Choke slam
Chokeslam.
City. That throw mix-up game was working out for Joey in their first set.
Yep.
Oh boy!
Gets the wall bounce.
Tackle's good for the win. No. Man, he's young.
Yeah. See the Manda summons on the other side. Oh, jungle outpost. And that is going to be game 1 for Joey Fury. Solid crouch into punish there. That was sick. He's looking super ready for this comeback, man. He's about it. He's about these 6 games in a row.
It could happen. And, you know, that was a risky duck in the situation, right? Because if that was the mid follow-up, that would have been a wall splat, big combo. So calculated risk there from Joey Fury to duck that high, get the launcher, and close out the first game. I'm curious, though, you know, if you're Joey Fury and you come back from the winners final, you beat the losers, you come back up on top. Do you want to win this first round to put a statement like, I would have won that first set if we replayed that round, you know, because I got the first round? That's how I always feel about it.
All right, so no Feng needed so far here in the grand finals.
No need.
All right. Let's see the replay, that wall bounce. Good damage off of that as well. Oh man,
Yeah, there it is.
Great duck. No hoisin source needed, man. That was too sick. Game 1 for Joey Fury.
He's a
Looking
man of
really solid.
culture. We're talking about the hoisin sauce? My man. Okay.
That stuff is succulent.
It's so good.
Succulent.
It goes perfectly with duck. I just gotta say that. I just wanted to add that in there. But either way,
Rice or noodles? For the rest of your life, you can only pick one. Rice or noodles? Talk to me.
Oh, man.
that's so
You can
tough.
only have one for the rest of your life. Rice or noodles?
Rice. I'm too lazy.
What?
Noodles take more work.
I think there's
Noodles
so
are
much
OP.
you can do
What? Never? You would
both.
never have ramen again. Like you'd never have ho fun. No, wait there.
I'm
You'd never
lazy.
have ramen, ho fun. You'd never have pho again. Come on, man. Noodles are OP.
They're pretty good.
That's tough.
I like ramen.
Yo, guys in the chat, rice
Chad is
or
definitely
noodles
saying
forever?
there's
You gotta
definitely-
pick
there's-
one.
There's definitely 2 saying noodles for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Chad, give us a 1 for rice, 2 for noodles. The rest of your life. 1
That's
for
a really
rice, 2
tough
for
one.
noodles.
Damn. That's a
Yo,
matchup I would love to see
Suiken's
go
in
to
there with the rice.
It's
bro.
hard.
Suiken's in there. He knows.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally have to go with rice, man. I'm just so used to it.
Round 1.
I hear that. I hear that. Same here, probably. Same here. All right, here we go. Howard Estate. The Julia pick is back, guys. Julia Chang. Hello.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
a surprise.
Oh, the double hops. All right. There's the teapot punch. I told you. Tune is too good.
Hey.
Ooh, the wolf flat.
Why would you switch back to
Thanks.
Julia? I'm so confused about this choice.
It's a Marduk. It's a, I don't know. He's worked something. Maybe he's got an idea.
Maybe he forgot.
Yeah, maybe there's something he didn't get to do in the last set and he wants to try it
Could
out.
be.
It's a cheat
I mean, he's
code.
on
It's
winners,
something-
right? And
Yep.
also the difference now is he's on winners. What? Look how far that was. That was
It's
some
because she
weird camera
activated a
angles.
rage art. Yeah, so camera was
That
turning
was
for the
mad.
rage art when she
It's
died.
like, Peter, camera over here, yeah? Okay. Oh, man, ran into that. Now, Joey Crush is on the winner side of Grand Finals now, so he's got a huge advantage to pick Julia with. That's the difference here.
But you were talking about that earlier too, right? Like, pretend like you're in losers when you're in your winner's side of Grand Finals.
Yeah, I think that it's not that smart to play the field a lot. But let's see how the match plays out. You could still win here.
Especially when you're behind in the set, right? You're already down 1-0 here.
True.
And here's
but
the
one-
throw.
Man.
Yes. And that'll be that. Two
It might
rounds
be a
up.
case of not feeling he was warmed up the time before. You know,
Could
I don't
be.
know. We'll see. All right, so Joey Fury looking to increase his lead here. Try and make it 2-0.
I mean, the good thing is we haven't seen the party crash into the high kick, right? Because he did that
Nah.
twice in their first time.
We haven't seen that.
Oh, he had it. He had the G clef there. Beautiful. That should be at the wall. That should be the round. Yes.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Solid round here. See, look. The Julia Pick's pick is working out.
It's fantastic.
Working out, guys.
It's gonna work.
I believe the whole time.
Teapot time. You can see that Joey ducking after that party crasher, looking for the high, in case Joe Crush wants to throw it out again. Man, teapots all day right now. Joey Fury looking pretty comfortable right now, getting back
He's
into the
looking
corner
super
though.
comfortable. He's got the life lead, got the round lead advantage.
No,
One more hit's gonna do it, man. Get something big. Picks up. Gets scoops off the floor.
roll forward, nice block.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. All right. You're right. Julia wasn't the one. You're right.
It might
That wasn't
happen.
the right
Give it
one.
a second.
Possibly.
That wasn't
He's
right.
trying to summon
I mean-
the desync strat.
Wow, gotta summon it. That's the only way.
Maybe he just had a feeling. Maybe he thought like, I'm just gonna try her. He's in the grand finals winner side. He thought, I'm just gonna try her one more time. I just need to know for sure. Yeah? I just need to know if I can do this. This is like Hogan versus The Rock. I need to know if I can do this by myself. I don't need any help.
Hogan
Julia's the one
versus
who
The
can do it.
Rock.
I don't need any geese help. All right,
Oh,
so
man.
Joey Fury increases his lead to 2-0. Julia Pick not working out once more. I think we'll probably see Joe Crush go back to geese here because,
I think
yeah,
so.
it's just I don't know. I don't know what it is with Julia. Why Julia's not working out. He just can't really get into a rhythm that fits. Joey
I
Fury
agree.
is always getting the right reads. He's always getting stuff that interrupts the flow of what Crush wants to do, and that's a big problem for a Julia player. Julia is a fast-paced character. You cannot let a person make you play slow. If you're forced to play super slow with Julia, and you're not into that, like if that's not your thing, then it's really hard to come out on that.
It's a great
like,
point.
On the winning side of that.
I've always, whenever I play against Julia, I'm always like annoyed that she's interrupting my offense, and I don't feel like Joe Crush plays Julia in that way. So some of the other characters he has a king he's been working on, also the Jack that we've talked about, but the geese is definitely the main, and we get the Jack. All right, interesting.
Okay, here we go. Battle of the big boys. Let's see what happens here. So this is it for the reset. I mean, obviously, Crush using his winner side advantage to play the field a little bit here. Going from the Julia, from the geese to the Julia, from the Julia to the Jack. Any one of these characters could be the character that seals doom for Joey Fury, but so far he's looking really good for the win here. 2-0 lead.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
The high crush with that shoulder.
Nuts and bolts getting slapped up right now.
The tackle. Man, the running tackle too. Joe Crush has been backdashing so much that he gets caught by the running tackle from Marduk so many times. Ooh, that was just out of range.
Wow.
Yeah, and that down forward one from Marduk is incredible right there. Look at the down forward too. Remember
This
your
costume,
character.
man, this is sick. I
I
mean,
mean,
if you want to enter Mobile Gundam, compete.playstation.com. It's over
right?
there. Ooh.
And his PSM name is Prototype Jack 7.
All right. Oh man. He's throwing out them. He's throwing moves in the air, man. Ooh.
What?
KO.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Jack doing good. So far, so good. A round on the board.
Man, his Jack was very, very good. This was the first character I saw him using. And, when he switched to Geese, the Geese was kind of just like the secondary at first.
Right.
But it got so good so fast that I think it was hard to stop and go back to Jack,
Yeah. He's looking good so far. I mean, it's only second round. Oh wow. Well, that round wasn't quite the ideal round to promote Jack, but yeah, one apiece here.
It was unfortunate in that situation too because he did the power crush right when Joey did the throw. So when you're doing a power crush, you cannot break the throw. So it's guaranteed.
Ooh,
Got
there's
him.
a Joe
Pick it up.
crush.
No pickup.
Oh man.
Okay. That was a good window attempt though. How does Joey do that?
He's so good at those reads, man. Every time.
And he dashed up for it too.
He's good at getting his opponents to dash into those, right? All the time.
Like he knew that if I dash forward, he's gonna react, and I'm gonna get the down forward one.
Okay. Follows up. 3-2.
Or Marduk with rage now. That's running tackle again.
Oh, man.
Rage for both here. 50-50 time. Wow. What? Back away from me. Back away.
One more round for the reset here. That's all it's
Oh
gonna
my
take.
gosh.
Wow. Looking for the big stuff.
And Joey didn't even try to punish. Oh my gosh.
Ooh. Almost got decapitated by that side step too.
That was a punish from like half a screen away. He ran it to get the down forward one. That was so good. Low parry.
Again, great reads on the down back one. So ready for those. Okay. Yep.
Nice
Ouch.
defense from Joe Crush. Back to the wall here, trying to find a way out. The bounce though.
Again. I need
And
the
good
reads.
decisions.
Oh!
Wow.
We got a reset.
That's what I'm
We
talking
do
about.
indeed. Quite a confident reset as well. That was, that didn't look remotely close, like, man, that was, I mean, like I said, he did play the field with the character select screen,
Yep.
but apart from Geese, it looked like it was super uphill with the other characters versus Mono.
Man, so now what does he do here? Does he go back to the Geese Howard? What do you think?
I think so. I think that's the best bet because the other characters don't seem to have the same ability to build pressure and keep momentum on Fury. Whereas we've clearly seen Geese do that, whether it was a wallless stage, whether it was a stage with walls, whatever. We've seen Geese kind of weather the storm in any type of battle, whereas the others, it seems very situational. He needs certain things to go his way for it to be effective. But if it's like a situation where Joey Fury has momentum and gets to control the round, there's a lot of uncomfortable scenarios that he finds himself in when he's Julia and Jack. So I feel like it's a Geese thing.
I think Geese is definitely the best choice here. If it's not Geese, then I hope it's Jack, not Julia. I'll leave it at that, I think the Jack has potential.
Yeah, I agreed. I think if he had like another set, maybe, then like Jack could be the character. But from what we've seen so far, it's definitely looking like a Geese affair. Like he's going to have to carry him through here. I think so.
I feel like it looks as if he's the most comfortable with that character, despite having a lot more mileage on Jack 7. I think Geese is the one that's going to be doing it for him because of the previous success he had in the upper finals, right? Just basing it off of statistics, I think that would be the best bet. When you talk about diversifying your portfolio when it comes to characters, this may not be the best time to actually exhibit that, right? You want to kind of go all in with the character you've been putting the most focus and attention on and had yielded the most success with, right?
For sure.
If you're just tuning in now, guys, FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest Grand Finals for Tekken 7, second set. I can't believe we've got a reset.
We
set.
got a
Right.
reset.
And it's another best of 5 with Joe Crush rocking that Geese Howard versus Joey Fury with Marduk. Marduk. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Why you gotta say it like
Let's
that?
get it.
I can tell it's getting really late for you too, Ryan,
Yeah.
honestly, because I know what time
Way,
it is over
way
there.
past my bedtime. You
I
don't
know
want to know.
exactly
Oh my
what
God.
time it is over.
Yeah,
across the
wait.
pond.
I mean, milk and cookies was a long time ago, man. Way past my bedtime.
Tea, was it tea and biscuit? Is that how it goes?
How did you know? Oh my God, this guy's a G. It was rich tea biscuits and Earl Grey. Yes, it was.
Wow.
It
So
was
I'm talking
indeed.
Look at that.
That's what I'm
So,
talking
yeah.
about.
I'm going to find the
Excellent.
fiber optic camera. I know you got one hidden in here. I'm going to find it.
That's how we're
Alright,
getting your live
so-
feed right now, actually.
Oh my God, that's scary stuff. Stop it. Stop it. What's that red light? Oh my God. No. Okay. Okay, yeah.
He's on to
He's
us.
like,
Oh man.
But either way,
So,
we're gonna see the reset happen right between Joey Fury as well as Joe Crush. I know Ryan actually wanted to ask this. Chat, who do you think is gonna take it? 1 for Joey Fury, 2 for Joe Crush. It is indeed the battle of the Joes. Could possibly be redemption time for Joey Fury.
it looks like it's gonna be redemption time. I mean, I saw that syncing come up during the loading screen. I was like, what happens if they desync here? Maybe Joey Fury's gonna win the entire set by ISP. That would be incredible.
Man, what do you guys think? I think we're going to see a close set, and I think Crush is going to clutch it. What do you guys
Really?
think?
I think Joey's gonna
I-
restart his PlayStation first. He's gonna ensure he has the best possible chance of winning, no chance of desyncing. That's what I feel about it.
All right.
I mean,
like
the
that
thing
route.
about desyncing, usually you don't have any control over it. So you just gotta sit there and hope that everything works out. But I think Joey Fury has the momentum right now. I think he's upset that he let the first set even get as far as it did to allow that desync to happen in the final round. I think he's here to just close it out. He got 3-0'd
yeah.
for that first set right now in the grand finals, and now the reset grand finals. I think he's looking to get another 3-0, maybe a 3-1 at worst.
Okay. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I'm just trying to be a devil's advocate here. So I think in the first game, we're going to see a scenario where Fury could close it or get something big that he doesn't get, and then Crush will win from that, off the back of that, and then from that
Wow.
momentum, it will be really close, and then Crush will take the set.
That wasn't even devil's advocate. You were like actually predicting the future. You know? Like, I think he's gonna go for a rage drive and it's gonna miss. It's gonna be crazy. He's gonna be on his back. It's gonna be a full launch into rage art. It's gonna be crazy. The comeback, wow. And that's how Joe Crush gets the lead in the set, and it all goes
Yep.
from there. You know?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if I'm right, it's cool. If I'm not, then whatever. It was a long shot. You gotta go for that. But yeah, it's been really close so far in terms of the Geese, you know, just the Geese Murdoch scenario. We've seen some interesting turnarounds in momentum shifts and pressure and everything. I like how Crush was playing in the very beginning, if you remember, like, you know, using the clock, really carefully, like methodical spacing, and there was no wasted movement, I felt like. There was no wasted movement, there was no wasted attempt to attack, and everything was really calculated. And I think a bit more of that could be quite effective. Yeah,
it was really odd when I saw that first set, actually, because usually when I watch these guys play, it doesn't look like that. The last set we just saw, I feel like that first game, at least from the last set, with the Geese versus Marduk, that's how I feel like I usually see them playing each other. So for whatever reason, Joe Crush came in slower out of the gate, and it worked better for him. So I think you might actually be right in that analysis of what went down. But I don't know if Joe Crush knows to tap into that or knows how to tap into that even.
Yeah. All right, so we're locked and loaded in here on Howard Estate. Both in losers bracket, grand final set reset. Let's go. Oh, breaks the 1+2. Get off my head, bro. Ooh.
Good choices here. Single jab and a quick kick. Wow.
Okay.
Just do it. It was so far away. I think he was looking for... Yeah, it looked like he was looking for like a jab check on incoming. And he was going to try to launch it, and he missed it the first time. Just
what
did
kind
it
of
again.
exchange was that?
Funky.
Just ran through his body.
The throw breaks. Yeah, test him right back.
The double mount cancel still breaks the throw. Hey.
Rage mode, and
Wow.
it doesn't matter what side I'm on.
Sick. I love how Geese has still got the American flag in the background, even though he's clearly in Japan somewhere.
He's proud.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
The Patriot. Ooh.
Counter.
He was
Just
fishing
keep
for that
doing it.
down 4 counter hit until he got it. Finally finds the mug.
Hey.
Three, and looking for another one.
All right, 80% Marduk Rage. Let's go. Wow, he ducked. The down forward 1-1 high, but it's so hard to punish those.
Oh, the
Beautiful.
1-1-2. Joey Crush. 2 rounds up.
Hey, wait, is this how you predicted it was going to go down?
Well, I said that Fury would miss something big where he could make something big happen, and then Crush gets the game.
Okay.
So
It might happen.
so far that hasn't happened. I mean, it could, but who knows? Oh, breaks the fence. Breaks the good old tatami.
Get him!
Oh,
No duck in the high this time. No counter hit to the down 4.
man.
I love the 4-4-4-2 check. Think I put an extra forward in there.
oh no, with punish. Oh man. Okay. Joey
Wow,
Fury now biding his
nothing.
time, waiting for the right moment to strike here. He needs something big to
Bro.
happen. Down 2 rounds. Crush
He's
really
wild
going to
thin.
work here with Geese.
Wild Thing has been so good. Rage mode for Joey now.
He has
Fury
rage up.
running tackle. What?
Oh!
Did he
had
throw
rage
him
up,
out of the
he
running
didn't use
tackle?
it. That was crazy. I mean, he'd been getting a lot of mileage off of those run tackles, so that was a very, very smart sidestep. And it looked like either that was a break attempt, because maybe that was a throw, maybe that was a mount
Yeah.
break attempt, right?
Could have
But
been.
that was crazy, man. I mean, I understand why there was no throw break, because that was so unexpected. There's no way you would even think that that's going to happen, right? So
It looked like it was transitioning into the tackle animation. Instead of that, he just was getting tossed into the air. I was like, whoa. That was
yeah,
ridiculous.
that was crazy. All right, so 3 straight for Joe Crush. Looked quite dominant, if I'm honest. You know, the Howard Estate pick. We've seen Crush play very confidently on that stage. I think Geese players love to just perform on Howard Estate, don't they? You know?
Yeah, they practice here all day long. This
Yeah,
is home
yeah.
court advantage for sure.
You could tell. Just everything looks like there's a plan behind it, you know? So, all right, so Crush with the 1-0 on the reset. I don't know, man. The Julia and the Jack, was he just playing around because he had the lead?
I don't know what it is, man. Honestly, I feel like sometimes when a player gets the reset, they're kind of tired, and it's hard for them to win the second set as well. So maybe it is one of those things where, like, I'm just gonna tire him out of these other characters, make him not think about my main as much, and then, you know, once I'm back in the reset grand finals, I'm just gonna take him out. He'll be tired.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
fresh.
wonder if he's already like downloading PS5 games in his head. He's like, I'm gonna get this first. I'm gonna get that afterwards.
Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, yeah. Horizon Forbidden West. Yeah, okay. Can't wait.
Alright. Game 2 loading up. Man, 3 straight rounds. I did not see that coming. I mean, you know
No.
what I mean? Like that. from what we've seen, there's nothing left in these two that would make me think that either one couldn't get around. You know, like that's just crazy.
And I'm a little surprised not to see the Fang Wei come out here for Joey. I think if he's saving it, it's got to be another complete blowout. You know, like he's got to lose with Marduk here and go down 0-2 before we even see the Fang. But right now, pretty good decision, I think. Stick it out with Marduk, see what happens. Maybe that was just one rough game. He won 3 in a row before that.
But this is what I was telling you guys, man. Joe Crush for the win. This is, I mean, just the Geese looking really good right now. All right, gets the tackle to open the game. Bit of damage. What? Off axis for the stomp. Why? All right, gets the screw attack. Happy for the opportunity. Joe will take that damage all day. Doesn't get the scoop up though.
Yeah, that was weird. Went to the second wall as well with it. All of it hit.
Tekken.
Yeah, the wild standing threes Joey's got to watch out for because those wild standing threes have been killing him last game.
Geese is always angry, man. He's always angry. Give me those damn scrolls, Jeff. He's always
Where's
mad.
the down 2?
Oh,
the low kick! Yo,
That
he's
is gonna
dead.
be it. Rage up, yep. And this time, I think we will see a KO from the
I think
Rage
so
up.
too.
Not like
because
that
he has
last
less health this time. Should be a KO, right, chat?
Didn't,
right?
'cause he didn't do,
Great.
yeah, he didn't do like 6 million hits before it, so this is what actually killed this time.
Fight.
Excellent. All right, Joey Fury. First round here, game 2, reset grand finals.
Okay. And all right.
Wow, the wild standing 3,
man.
but no combo. I think he was shocked that he even got it too. He's like, whoa, that can hit.
Oh, that hit! Oh man, I missed it. 1-2 gets a nice whiff punish off of the whiff throw attempt. Nice punish. And
The
again, slaps him in the
1-1-2s.
face with the 1-1-2s all day here.
Bro.
Another one
3
for
of
good
them.
measure.
3 1-1-2s in that round. Most is keep out, and then confirmation on him. Running tackle though, boy.
Favoring that left, that one strike. A few of those in succession. Returns the low favor. Oh, gets the float now. And this is good for Joey Fury. Builds some pressure now. Gets him over at the wall. What's it going to be? No, nothing on the menu.
Nothing.
Let him go for free.
That was odd.
He backed up. He didn't want to eat anything. He didn't want to eat a dragon throw. He didn't want to eat back 1+2 against the wall. Like, he didn't want anything.
Or even like a random jump in when you go for an attack on him.
It's like when you go to the restaurant, you know, you're not hungry, but you want to look at the menu. It's like, I don't want anything. I'll see you later, guys.
He was just browsing the menu from a distance, like, oh yeah, that menu looks
It's all right.
not
Maybe
good for
another
me.
time. Maybe tonight. We'll see.
KO.
Oh, all right. So that gets the whack-a-mole to close the round.
Fight.
2-1. Joey Fury now trying to tie this up, and there's the body slam.
Hey. Wow, look at the damage.
Off me.
Joey looking in control right now, but there comes a 1-1-2.
Man, the range on that, man.
Yeah.
Punishing from everything. Every range.
And Joe Crush has been favoring the mid mix about it, right? I think we've seen the low maybe once out of the entire day. Good throw break from Joey. Joey close out this round. We're tied up 1 apiece here.
Now,
Joe
Joey
Crush,
Fury has
oh
done a
boy.
really great job of just kind of starving Joe Crush for opportunity to get damage, to get big damage especially. He hasn't really given him much. I mean, just look at that. He forced Joe Crush into desperation and just read the sweep and got the full punish. And that whole game, you know, he just kind of didn't engage in situations where Joey Crush could get big damage. Like you saw, got the combo at the wall, got the Oki, but then backed up completely. Didn't give him anything, you know? And that was a very, very smart strategy. And it's also quite confusing. Like, what is he doing? Why is he playing this way? And it's quite hard to kind of formulate a strategy against an opponent that does this. And this is why Crush just looked like there was nothing he could do at the end.
Yeah, and Joey Fury just minimizing the risk, right? In those situations, like, all right, his back to wall, I don't even want to deal with it. I'm just going to let him get out of there for free. But this was a clutch low parry in round 1 here. Joe Crush was looking to close it out. Rage Yard combo out of the low parry from Joey Fury. And this is why low parries are so strong in this game, man. You can convert it into a screw attack, get into a wall, still do a Rage Yard afterwards. So much damage off of just a down forward tap, right?
Definitely.
And then you go on to round 2 here. And, you know, look at this 1-1-2 control
That was
from
mad.
Joe Crush. Yeah, ridiculous.
That was crazy. Yeah, he
So
just kept
many
getting them. Just kept getting them and getting them. I'm definitely seeing a different shape of match from Crush when it's not Howard Estate. You know, just the level of comfort is clearly different. I'm not sure how much of a factor that was in that game because Fury just played really solid. But it's interesting. I wonder if we'll go back there. I wonder if we'll end up back on Howard Estate. Even random select, it just sometimes does that, right? You get the same stage 3 times in a row. But yeah, I think that last game has definitely given Crush some interesting things to think about, you know, just from a strategic standpoint, because Fury was able to kind of almost drain him. He just kind of drained him of options, you know, and that's quite hard to deal with. So yeah, because Crush, you know, being the one who looked to be really patient in the beginning, it's difficult when someone does that to you and you kind of can't get anything going. So,
For sure.
Yeah, smart stuff from Joey Fury, no doubt.
Yeah, and in this kind of a situation, right, Joe Crush just lost a set against him, 3-0, with all those characters he was trying out. Now we're tied up in the reset grand finals with 1 apiece, and now it's just the first of 2 to determine who's going to be the champion, who's walking with that $1,000 plus a PlayStation 5, right? That's a huge prize pool to determine in this upcoming first of 2.
It really is, it really is. I mean, ideally, you want the opponent playing your game, right? You want to be in charge of who controls what, when they get a chance to engage, when they have to stay back. You want to be in charge of all that, right? You want to set the pace of the rules. So I think engaging heavy early and then hanging back is probably a good strategy for both of these guys, because it looks like whoever does that ends up taking the game.
Yeah, that's what we saw from Tetsu earlier, right? Like, Tetsu would engage with the down back 3s immediately, and then would just chill. Like, all right, now you're thinking about it, right? Run up and hop kick, or, you know, just run up and just down forward 1 all day. And those were working out great. So the early engage and then back off, find the openings afterwards, definitely seems to pay off. We saw it against Geese Howard pay off earlier, so against Marduk, why not?
Yeah, definitely. Why not indeed? I wonder if we'll see Feng come out if Marduk doesn't get the job done here, but that's...
It's going to be risky, I think.
A tale for another game, I guess, because it's definitely Marduk for this game. But it's 1 apiece in the grand finals. The set has been reset. Crush was on the winner's side, but Joey Fury, with a solid comeback, has brought this to 1 apiece. Man, he's grinding here. This is a solid set for both guys.
Yeah. And we are waiting to make sure that they are synced properly, right? Joey Fury did have an issue with that in the upper finals earlier, so we are making sure to ensure the best possible outcome for both players and make sure that they get to play out their matches thoroughly. So there is going to be a slight delay. And for Hostile_7 asking if this is live, yes, this is 100% live.
I don't
Just to
think
let you guys know. It might be recorded. Who knows? You know, it could be crazy, and we're just that intuitive to predict that.
He's always in those chats asking that same question.
I knew it. It's always hostile. Always.
Well, since there's a break, I was in a tournament once. No, I'm just kidding. One thing I can tell you guys, though, is the first time...
Uh-oh.
He's doing it again. So you didn't drop the combo, but you definitely dropped volume, Ryan. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you're definitely coming in without audio again. Pre-recorded. You forgot to press play on your recording, Ryan.
I think I hear you now. He's saying no, but I'm hearing yes.
I can hear you. I don't know if production can production hear him? Production
okay.
cannot.
Hello? How about now?
All right, we got it.
How about now?
We're in.
All right,
You're good.
That's good. So, I'm in Japan. It's the middle of the afternoon on a weekend, and the right punch button is broken on Tekken. So I go to the staff and I say, oh, excuse me. And the staff were really smart, with like a waistcoat and a bow tie. You know, the hair was pristine, not a single hair out of place. I'm like, wow, these guys are super
I know
dressed
about
up.
that.
And he went over, opened it up, fixed it, and did like 4 electric and said, it's fixed now, you can play. And I'm like, who is this guy? Oh my gosh. The staff were like sick at the game. I couldn't believe it. Really impressive stuff. Anyway, back to the grand finals.
Do you know where that was?
1 apiece here. Joe Crush and Joe Fury. What would you think of that if you just like asked the guy to help you and he does this amazing combo?
Dude, I mean, I know at Sugamo Arcade, there's a couple of really good Mishima players who work at the arcade. So
Crazy.
I was like, maybe that's where it was, you know?
Yeah.
The staff out there is wild, man. I miss Japan. I miss Japan arcades. And hopefully, you know, the world opens up and we get to go back there.
All right, so here we go. Oh, I'm seeing a Mishima building for a while.
I know, right? First time today.
Oh,
Counter.
man. He baits him in with that flurry. Gets a tackle, but no dice, though. Nice break there from Crush.
I
A
got
second
another
tackle. What's it going to be?
There you go, young
the
man.
1 plus
Break this.
2. Can't guess right forever.
Woo!
Wow, what a trade.
Gets the combo anyway.
The double repu. Takes it in the toes.
Joey's about to put those toes in his mouth.
Oh my gosh, one more hit's gonna do it. Joey Fury now has access to Rage Drive. He's gonna get to do it. Jumps
Whoa.
over the Repuken.
Went for the high. Joey Crush did not duck and launch, or even any kind of punish. Would have been the round. The jump back.
Oh my gosh.
Fight.
Yeah, time was against Joey Fury there. A lot of jumps coming out of Joe Crush now.
Yeah, he's seen that Fury's favoring those tackle opportunities, and he's putting in those occasional jump backs just in case, you know?
And you know, the jump back against the tackle used to work really well for all characters back in like the Tekken 5 days. But
Definitely.
in this game, Marduk lands and hits you out of it, you know? So you need
Yeah.
a slower jump like the 2D characters like Geese or Noctis, etc., right? So
And Joe Crush
very
just
good.
not really letting Fury play right now. He's not really letting him get anything started here. Two straight
crazy.
rounds, man.
Fight.
and they look so dominant too. Like they're all Joe Crush. And Joey Fury trying to find answers.
Okay,
There
nice.
you go.
While standing free launch.
Choke Slam City.
Okay.
The zoning is so much pace. Joey Fury has big lead. Up 4-3 is going to connect your rage mode for Joe Crush. And a bar to work with. Your one back V2 might be it. Oh, the jump in!
Spends
This
the
is
bar
big.
now. Into the screw attack, of course. Over to the wall. Is it going to be enough, though?
He's got more. He's got a rage dart still, too. Doesn't even
Didn't
need to use it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Three
gosh.
straight rounds. Joe Crush. Crazy, crazy comeback. That one jump kick spelled doom for Joey Fury. I can't believe he died from there. That was nuts. Not even rage art was needed.
And that's the crazy thing about Geese Howard, right? All these characters with meter, they have huge damage potential once they have rage mode. So if they have rage mode and meter, it's like just this perfect storm for a comeback, right? And I was talking about earlier, both these characters have that potential to steal the round back. But that was a dominant 3 rounds straight for Joe Crush. He's up 2-1. He needs one more game, and this tournament is over.
Damn. If you could,
Yeah.
I wonder, if, like, because you know, like if it's a 2 straight round thing, we call it a Twix, right? So if it's a 3 straight rounds, is it like a 3 Musketeer or something? I don't know what you'd call it in America. Like.
Oh boy. I mean,
If it's a chunky combo, it's a Babe Rooster, right? Come on.
yeah, we
It's
could,
not a
we could-
Snickers? Baby Ruth is pretty good, though.
I think Babe Ruth is a little chunkier, no?
I think it is, because the chunks are on the outside of the bar, whereas Snickers, it's contained on the inside.
Yeah, it's way too smooth looking. I think Babe Ruth is pretty raw.
I completely
Educational
agree.
stuff for you guys in the confectionery department. So here we
Either
go,
way
Joe
you-
Crush.
Either
Crazy,
way you
crazy.
twist it, don't do it. Just don't eat it. Like it's not gonna.
If you wanna
it's
keep
not
your
gonna turn out
teeth,
great.
Unless you want to give the dentist all your money. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Joe Crush, a second wall combo here, looking really solid. And that was a great while standing 3 to punish underneath the high. This is when Joey looked like he might be coming back into the game. Gets the choke slam, Undertaker set up for that one. And here we see Joe Crush go up 2-1 here in the grand finals. Joey Fury is definitely going to have a lot to work out now. I mean, it's all on the line for the tournament here at the Dojo Fighting Fest.
No
I don't know,
Fang
man.
way.
I mean, I call Joe Crush, but I do want to see a close fight at the same time. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be close. Just wait. This is the perfect stage for 2. Precipice of Fate. Who's gonna win? Is Joe Crush gonna win this tournament here, or is Joey Fury gonna send to a final game?
I want to see a candy bar tier list after this. All right, here we go.
No, please.
Tier list of Canada, dude. I am the professional for that, Ryan. I got you.
There should be a
God, I
round
came
table
to the right
discussion
place.
about that, for sure.
Yeah, man. I've eaten more candy bars than you've ever seen. Let's go.
Probably.
Dang, the full redemption. I like that.
Oh man. All right. Crush now, trying to work his way back into the round. Oh, and that's a good start to it. 5 sets for the Max Oki. Wait, what?
Oh wow, is that gonna hit from so far? No way.
I was gonna say.
It
Yeah,
was
that
a
would be
setup.
crazy.
It was a frame kill setup.
Oh, there's a tackle. Yeah. End of the round tackle pressure. Too much to absorb.
Oh my God, just run up and do it.
I mean, it's not that minus to be fair, right?
True. Yeah. But the fact that it hit and gets launched just makes it funnier,
Just so
right?
ballsy though, right? Just
Yeah.
casually throws it out. Yeah,
It's like, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna duck this right here. Watch this. Oh my goodness. And right now it is all Joey Fury. No punish though? Give me this body slam.
Lets him live. And the low.
Round 3.
Down back 3. And this is all Joey Fury, man. Are we going to see another 3 straight rounds? Another 3 Musketeers?
It could be.
What's going on?
The reversal.
How dare you try and retaliate? Take this tackle.
This is ridiculous. Where was this Joey Fury the last couple of games?
He had to be unlocked. You have to no round brown him to unlock this Joey Fury.
Look at this.
KO.
You're done. 3
If you
Musketeers.
get a no round brown, you unlock no round brown Joey Fury. It's a new version.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And there you have it, Ryan. 2-2. Final game coming in the Reset Grand Finals.
Wow. You did say it was going to be close. You were not lying. You were not lying. Returns the no round brown as well, just to keep us guessing here in the viewers column. Now we don't know what's going to happen, right? We've got nothing to go on. He's literally ruining our job. Like, how do we meant to commentate this? Wow.
And this was
So
a really
crazy.
odd exchange, right? Like, what was that about?
They're just reading each other really well. And what's happening based on the experience they have against each other is the momentum shift is getting greater, because once one of them gets something, they know exactly how to follow up. You know, they've seen what doesn't work so often, so now they know exactly what to go to. You know, all the follow-up Oki is working for both sides, you know? So yeah, three straight rounds on both sides. It's getting intense. It's getting intense.
And this is exactly what you wanted to see from the other region, too. From the European side, you were asking for a Grand Finals reset. You were looking for more Tekken 7 games. I think that was like pretty much unanimous across the board. We wanted to see more of it. And to tell you what, I mean, I think we've seen a lot today so far.
Oh, man. This is
It's
going to be a
absolutely
good
insane.
one.
It's absolutely insane. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's really hard to call. It
Yeah,
really has been back and forth.
If you were to pretty much hunker down and get right to it, let's get into your predictions. Ryan, who do you think is going to take it?
I think it's going to be 3 rounds to 1, and I think Crush has got it.
Woo.
Rip, your choice.
I think it's going to be final round. No ISP. Joey Fury with the win.
Okay.
I want to say there might be a little bit of interference, but I hope not. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I would love to see it go all the way down to the final round. I don't know who's going to take it, but we'll see right now. I want to hear from the chat as well. Give me some 1s for Joey Fury. Give me some 2s for Joe Crush. I got to see it.
Abandoned Temple going to be the stage here. Nice large stage. Honestly, a great stage for both of these characters.
It really is, yeah. It's such a super hype, tense stage. And here we go, guys. I can't believe it. We're here. Grand Finals, losers side, final game. 2 apiece here. Who wants it more, though? That's the question. Goes for the tackle.
Yeah, and reverse this time. Man, these low trips adding up.
Okay,
The
that's
tackle.
successful tackle. What's the guess? Oh, man. Right to the jaw.
What a whip
that was
punish.
sick.
That was so good. Is it a perfect to start it off? Not quite. Oh,
Wow.
yes it is.
Tackles him to the floor to get the 7 golden. What a start.
Backdash this.
Is he going to let him play? What's happening? And Joe Crush just unable to get anything started so far. Oh my gosh, Joey Fury just relentless pressure.
What is
Is this a
happening
double
right now?
perfect? Hang on a minute.
It's almost a double. Wait, where did he get hit? Oh, he blocked the chip. That's a ghetto
Wow.
perfect. It counts.
That's-
It's a double
that's
perfect to me.
Well, that's my prediction down the drain, but here we go. Can Joe Crush even get a round here? This is nuts. Fighting back here for all he's worth. Almost got a bar. But it's not going to matter at a certain point. Joey Fury chipping away at that life bar.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's no break. Rip, that might be it.
I think he
One
lives.
more hit's going to do it.
Ooh, he went for the jump in. The throw worked.
He's looking to go over the low.
The jab keep out.
3 straight rounds, Joey Fury. Absolute
I'm
domination.
number 1.
3 games to 2 and 3 straight rounds in the final game. Joey Fury is your Dojo Fighting Fest champion.
What a finish.
He's a champ.
too. Threw him across the screen, ran up right into the standing one. That was
He went in.
appropriately
that
after.
last game, he went ham.
That was ridiculous. Nicely done. I mean, the way they started, that was a backdash. Saw the whip punch, got the wild standing 3 here. just out of range, running tackle for the perfect.
Wow.
Nicely done from Joey Fury. And
This
then
is almost a
backdash
second
started the
perfect as
round.
well.
Oh yeah, I don't even know where the chip
Chip.
happens.
I think
Where
he
was
took
the
chip. I think he took like a chip somewhere. I think it was like a ghetto perfect. He took like chip somewhere or something.
And then this was it, man. Down the wire, and he had this one throw attempt, ran up for an Oki option, and just the jab.
I think he
Joey
slapped him in the
Fury.
face, guys. I think it was a slap.
Yep. Bel Air slap returns. Joey Fury, though, you see it there, coming back from the loser side and wins the entire tournament. Gets his revenge on Joe Crush for that upper finals. And Joey Fury will be walking away with $1,000 and a PlayStation 5. Shouts to Joe Crush for placing second here, $500 for him as well. And Ace Unlimited in third place with some cash. And everybody in this top 8 walking away with some cash today.
Really,
All the
really
dad
nice
jokes
stuff.
really coming in from Joe Crush into Joe Crush. But either way, again, everybody played their hearts out. I think everybody really exhibited some really solid Tekken 7 play overall. Right, we got to see a good diversity of characters coming in. We got to see a lot of these games coming in from both upper and lower bracket go down to the wire. You can see it right there. The proof is in the pudding. 3-2s all across the board.
Yep. 3-0s or 3-2s, not a single 3-1 in sight. Absolutely insane. It was either complete domination or down to the wire. And the grand finals was no different. Man, absolutely insane. The entire thing was 3-2s. From the entire thing
That's
since we've
insane.
been live on broadcast, it's been
Yeah.
3-2s all the way. Really, really sick stuff. Shouts to the whole top 8, man. Really impressive.
Yeah, so for the most part, again, you guys have been tuning into both Europe and North America for both Guilty Gear and Tekken 7. I got to ask you, from the entirety of today's event, actually, no, let me just break it down to North America because I asked you guys this in the earlier broadcast. For North America specifically, what was your biggest highlight moment? Let's start off with Reinhardt.
Oh, put me on the spot. Ooh, I thought I've got a few seconds to decide. Let Rip go first. I think the most hype match was that final set here that we just saw with Crush versus Fury, because like we were saying, we literally didn't know what was going to happen, and it could have gone either way. And we saw no round browns on both sides of the scoreline, and it was just crazy. And then the comeback, then he picked Jack, Julia, didn't work, but then still stayed in there with Geese, and it was just all the way down to the wire. And in that final game, Joey Fury just hit that 6th gear and just dominated.
I'm going to say in dominating fashion, Ryan, because I don't mean to interrupt you. It did get cut off. There was too much hype behind you again. But hey, I'll tell you what, I'll do you a favor on this one, Ryan. It did get cut off. I value your opinion. We can make the most of it. Rip, save this man. What was your highlight of the day?
Honestly, for me, the set between Ace Unlimited and...
Is he back?
I can hear right out of the street.
I can hear him.
But the set with Ace Unlimited and Joey Fury was my favorite set. Because that one moment where Joey was about to close it out and he just stood still and he's like, just had that stare down moment, went for the rage drive, and Ace Unlimited rage drived him back first. That moment was like this turning point. Ace Unlimited sent all the way to final game. That was just fantastic stuff. Incredible to watch. So that was my favorite moment. Ace Unlimited versus Joey Fury.
I was just saying that the final set, before I die, I have to end this quickly. I was just saying that the final set, like at the end all in 30 seconds, right? So yeah, it was a really amazing set. The final set with Crush and Fury was really intense because it went down to the wire. Both of them were really reading each other well. No round browns both sides. And then Fury stepped into that 6th gear and dominated the last game.
Is that your final answer? That's a yes. We'll take it. All right, guys, you guys have been tuning in to the FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest. Again, you guys want to tune in at 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Why? Because, well, we got plenty more games to showcase. We have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11 as well as Street Fighter 5 coming your way for both Europe and North America. And again, if you guys ever want to see yourself up in the grand stage to face off against some of these competitors, these well-known competitors, as well as level up your game, go to compete.playstation.com for your chance to face off against the best or even become the best, as well as get yourself maybe a PS5. That's a really big deal. Again, it's compete.playstation.com. That's going to do it all for Tekken 7 and Guilty Gear Strive for both Europe and North America. We hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves. But again, tune in tomorrow morning where we continue all the action here at FGC Arcade Dojo Fighting Fest. Until next time, take care. See ya.